Hello, I'm Dr. Roderick Little, Director of Bands here at Jackson State University. So the atmosphere of the vet is literally second to none. By being a part of the Jackson State University fabric and families as a student and now as a director, I've had the opportunity to experience it from many different levels. And it's something that you just cannot recreate. I don't care if you're a part of HBCU or the PWI. And so when you mix the Sonic Boom of the South and the football team and all of the synergy that we create amongst each other and between each other, you're not going to get that in any atmosphere or any stadium. We have an outstanding team with Coach T.C. Taylor under the leadership of A.D. Ashley Robinson. We are all coin to make sure that we elevate the profile of this illustrious institution that we all love, which is Jackson State University. And so when you mix the energy of the Sonic Boom of the South and when you mix that grit and that swagger of the Jackson State University football team, that's going to cause an ingredient that you cannot recreate anywhere else. And then I didn't even mention, when you sprinkle the atmosphere of the vet with 60,000 fans of our alumni, all of our friends and constituents of Jackson State University, all of those elements coming together, that's just something that, again, cannot be recreated. And we want to make sure that everybody that's connected to Jackson State University, they go out and they support our student athletes and also make sure that we support our student musicians as well. So we're coming to a stadium near you, the best stadium in FCS. It's the Jackson State University Sonic Boom of the South and the Jackson State University football team. You can purchase your tickets at gojsutigers.com/tickets. Don't miss out. We want to see you there. Go Tigers and love the Boom.
JSU students, we know how much you love cheering us on game days.
But there's something bigger than winning the big game. Your vote.
Voting is your chance to make a difference just like we do on the field.
So this November, let's make a play for change.
Get registered, stay informed, and show up on game day, November 5th.
Let's make a big time play together. Go vote.
Be our vote.
Great day to be a Tiger. JSU by 40 campaign. Coach Taylor, I was just thinking, I was sitting in my office and we were talking about Jackson State athletics, the tradition of Jackson State. You played here. What if 50,000 alums gave $40 a month for 12 months?
Man, that would be huge. That's money in the bank for athletic program.
Let's do this, Coach. I'm challenging all 50,000 alumni of Jackson State University, supporters, fans. Let's give $40 a month to JSU by 40 campaign. 12 months, 12 million. September to August, let's win championships in the classroom. Let's support Jackson State University. Let's support athletics. And let's make sure our coaches and our student athletes are successful. So again, Coach Taylor and I are challenging you, all 50,000 alums, $40 a month for 12 months to support Jackson State athletics. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Support the JSU by 40 campaign. Visit gojsutigers.com/JSU by 40.
What's going on, Tiger Nation? What's up, everybody? Happy post-homecoming. Happy Monday. What's going on, TD? What's up, brother?
What up, Chief?
Oh, you got it, man. Hey, man, happy Monday, everybody. Hopefully, everybody didn't get homecoming out.
Homecoming wasted.
Yeah, man, there was a lot of partying going on, a lot of networking going on, a lot of rekindling going on, a lot of dissociating going on. There was a lot going on, man. There's a whole lot going on. Yes, and yes.
I'm afraid.
National Tiger fans. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I'm afraid
State
what was kindling me.
Jackson State that. We love it, man. Listen. We wear that block proud, man. We wear that block proud. There's an old saying that if you ain't doing shit, they wouldn't be talking about you. They talking about us because they hey, look, man, you can't. What I say to you today, TD? Never seen a happy hater, man.
Oh.
I stand on that. I stand by it. Like that Blue Magic dog. I stand by it, baby. Jackson State opened up a can of whoop ass on UAPB on Saturday so bad, man. I would have never thought that we would have heard some of the lunacy that we heard today. But it is what it is. It's par for the course. I don't give a shit about none of that stuff, man. At the end of the day, we handled business. We did what we needed to do. 41 tree, and we kick butt, take names, and move on to the next game. Next game is Mississippi Valley. They come up, they on the clock. They on the clock, man. But anywho, shout out to the Coach TC and staff, and them Tigers went out there and handled business. We're gonna break it all the way down. And he said, I got ASU. Man, hey, listen, man, I got a playbook for everybody. It's called Stay Locked In and stay focused on what you're supposed to be doing, what you got going on. Let everybody else handle it. Everybody got a role to play. Everybody got a role to play, man. And it is what it is, man. I ain't getting in all that stuff. It is what it is, man. People, I ain't got nothing on it. My thing is this right here. I saw, you see TD. You see polls, you see a lot of stuff, man. At the end of the day, all we gotta do is take care of business. We just win. We can. There's a way we can shut everybody up from talking crazy. Just win.
Is it?
In the words of the late great Al Davis, just win, baby. That's my saying. Y'all know I'm a Raiders fan. I stand on that. That's it. Just win. That's it. We got T-shirts for sale now. DI Love versus the Coalition, baby. Y'all know what time it is. Let's go, man. Let's get it, man. How you feeling, bro? I'm feeling good, man. We had a great homecoming weekend, dog. We got the dub as we expected to. And we sitting in the driver's seat, you know what I'm saying? 5-0 in the SWAC, 5 straight wins. We sitting on top of the mountain, man. And listen, when you up at the top of the mountain, you're supposed to be enjoying the view. Stop looking down at these folk, man, that throwing rocks at your feet now. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Go ahead, TD. Folk felt some pebbles on the bottom of their soles, man. They looking. You gonna mess around and lose your footing off top. We on top of the mountain right now. And until we come down, I ain't got nothing to talk. I can't hear you. Look, I ain't no Drake fan, but look, what he said, man, I couldn't hear you because I was too far up, man, to hear what you had to say. I can't hear you. I heard an echo. I heard an echo, dog. Hey, man, listen. Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. We was in the dungeons of hell, football hell, for 7 years. It was like 7 years of famine. And then, our previous coach comes in, we get a taste of that winning recipe, TD, and then all of a sudden, that's over with. And then Coach Taylor takes over. And then last year was a little transition, got a butt kicked a few times.
Well, basically, it was a situation where we had the ingredients, we just needed to put them together. The previous coach came in.
Yep.
The ingredients, put them together, and made a great recipe. But then he took it with him. But Coach Taylor came in.
Took the recipe book.
Yeah, with the recipe book and did his thing. So now it's spicy again. Shout out to
Hey, man, nah, it's all good. We have fun with it, man. It's all good. But listen, I'd much rather be sitting in this position than to be sorry and having to throw rocks. And whoever that fits, them schools know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. Hey, when you the Shaq bully, you the Shaq bully until they beat you. And at the end of the day, all we got to do is keep winning. Listen, let me say this. Can I say this in a serious note? Because, man, we got a major, history is going to be made tomorrow, one way or the other. You know what I mean? We got. Hopefully everybody is going out to vote. If they're not, you're going to vote tomorrow and all that. Exercise your vote, man. But let me say this, man. The play has already been in. I know we talked about, you see stuff on Twitter. We know what's out there regarding a playbook. Let me let y'all in on a playbook that we all know, a play that's going to be ran. When folks, coalition don't care for us, man. They don't like us. And it's okay. I just wish Jackson State folk would understand that. And just, not saying that many don't, TD. Hey, man. When you sit on this side of the HBCU spectrum and you know that the only love you're going to get is from within, you stop looking without for love. You look within your own self and you get what you get, because we got a lot of work to do over here. You know, if I can't worry about TD if your blinds are crooked at your house, man. I got to get my house straight. You follow what I'm talking about?
Wait.
I'm serious. Now, that's a pet peeve of mine. I hate broken blinds and crooked. You know how I am with lines, but I'm just saying. So the point I'm making is, bro, and I'm being serious about this. And this is how y'all may have seen I'll speak to my own growth. If ain't nobody, I know people have come up to me and told me about, man, I'm not triggering myself I'm not even suckering myself into some stuff that just ain't worth dealing with. I just refuse to touch it anymore, because at the end of the day, everybody has their opinion. Like, and I'll start with like polls. Why am I around here mad because a particular outlet ranked us lower than a team that they felt was better? It's like, man, at the end of the day, it's all going to come out in the wash. Jackson State is 5-0 in the SWAC. We got 3 SWAC games left. If Jackson State do what Jackson State need to do, guess what, TD? It's going to be inevitable, because in the end, guess what? How many teams can stand in the end when the football is said and done, bro?
1.
And what do we have to do in order to be that one?
Win.
It's that simple. So at the end of the day, I ain't looking for love outside the house no more. That's a bar, by the way. Because some of us got love inside the house and we outside looking for love. Uh-oh. Just saying. You heard what I said. You heard what I said. I'm coming. I'm finna come to your front door in a minute now. I'm slowly walking to the front door, dog. And I'm just being real, bro. So what I'm saying is it comes with it. You gotta. It's a little different, bro. It's a little different. You follow what I'm saying? And you understand what the play is. The play is this right here. If a particular sector of people don't rock with you, they ain't gonna rock with you no matter what you do. So when you check the box over here on something that they said wasn't this, they ain't gonna do nothing but add something else to it. And then when you understand what the play is, you just kind of say, "Oh, okay, that's what this is," and then you just kind of move on and let that be that. So that's about all I got on all the rhetoric, man. Look, it is what it is, man. I mean, I ain't entertaining none of that other stuff, man. It's who said that? Who shot John stuff is what we call it. Who shot John and all this other stuff. It's like, all right, man, okay. All right. I don't know if Zoe will come up tonight. He may pop up on here in a little bit. But he said like this. Oh, okay. And you just let it roll, man. But anyway, that's all I got on that. I know folk might pull up to see what we gonna have to say about the foolishness that's out there. I really don't have much to say other than I don't really give a shit. Like, just win. We winning right now, dog. I don't care nothing about that. You know what I'm talking about? So at the end of the day, whatever. Hey, we just got a Golden Fish t-shirt orders. Shout out to you, brother, for the Golden Fish. We're going to get to it. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Shout out to all y'all who I understand that. So this is what I would say, Brother Jay Shaw. I hate we missed you, bro. Speaking of like the stuff that's out there, like playbooks, you do realize that this is what, game number 9? We just played 9 games football. I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. Y'all do realize that Jackson State's playbook is out for the world to see, right? All you got to do is go watch the film. Just go watch the film. All right. Let's do this real quick. Let's get into the football.
No. Go ahead. You do.
I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something real quick. TD. Let me do this real quick. This was the score of the game, right? 4-1-3. All right. We watched the film on UAPB. UAPB was a one-trick pony. I'm sorry. I ain't trying to embarrass folk when I say that. They didn't have a running game. They had a small defense. And we knew that the stars of the defense the stars of the team was number 9 and number 11. And I want to shout out our defensive coordinator for actually doing something that he admitted to in the press conference that I sat in today. And he said, look, TD, we did something a little different. And I want to give you and Brother KT Dub, I ain't saying that y'all, they the reason that they did that, but we talked about this in, where the hell were we, bro? First road trip? On the way back from, we touched on it in Monroe, but what was the second road game? Where'd we go?
Yeah.
Grambling. We lost that game. We beat ourselves, a lot of turnovers. There was one, it might have been a third road game. I want to say it was Mobile, bro.
Mobile. Tell me what I can tell you.
And what we talk about? Stunts. Moving the defensive line around. If y'all want to know what me and TD was got into a heated conversation about in the car, it was a philosophy thing. And then he said that I said a certain player was whatever. Anyway, that's this is what I'm saying. Well, the coaches gave us what we had been talking about. You know what I'm saying? The coaches gave us what we had been talking about. And not that they were listening to us, but what they did do, TD, they started moving them D linemen around. And listen, I saw our coach move Robert McDaniel to the cornerback position. That's the first time I've seen him do that. Did you see Robert McDaniel play cornerback any other time? He's been playing nickel all season. He put Robert McDaniel on number 11, Javonte Gibson, who's the number 1 wide receiver in the conference right now. And he say, my 6'3", 2 whatever, and your 6'3", 2 whatever, you're going to have to go head-to-head with that dude. And we was like, hell yeah, let's go. And he went and he proceeded to let him have a few catches underneath. But after that, he pretty much shut him down. We're going to get into the stats. But the reality of the matter was the strategy was simple. Take number 11 out of the game and make the quarterback beat you in another capacity. Matter of fact, in the press conference, I said, I promise I'm going to shut up. Their coach said in the press conference, TD, he said, we had wide receiver running down the middle of the field wide open. My question to you, my brother, since you know football better than I do, why did the quarterback not see the wide receiver wide ass open going down the field? You know why? Because he was zeroed in on number 11. And if you watch the film, I watched four games of UAPB. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 of them things. Like Zoe said, he got 4 of them things. Look, it was the same thing. Hike the ball, look at number 11. Hike the ball, look off, go back to number 11. It don't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. So what I'm going to do is you're telling me on all of the film, I got 8 games to watch you do the same shit. You're a 3-win team. We need to cheat to be the 3-win team? Come on, y'all. Let's not.
Right.
I don't even, and honestly, I'm anyway, I've said enough about it. Go ahead, bro.
Kind of add to what you were saying. I'm pretty sure the coaches don't give too sense about, my opinion, what we have to say, but we do coach amongst ourselves in the car.
They be looking, man. They be looking.
We great coaches. But check this out. I've been talking about stunting for a minute. Even especially with True being in the middle. Bring him off the edge sometime. Bring another big guy in with Jeremiah. Matter of fact, bro, I even seen Jeremiah coming off the edge one time.
I did, bro. Yes, sir.
That's how I was like, wow, that's what's up. So yeah, we definitely seen some changes along those lines. And like you said, when we were in the ride together, we really vibe. and talk about these type things. So it was great to see that, the change up, of the players being able to do their thing, man. Speaking of defensive linemen, it was a complete game. But before I say that, Ken, even when we did the pregame on Saturday, I remember saying I refuse to let a quarterback who's that far apart beat me. You got to hike the ball. He got to run downfield, and you got to throw it to him. Man, I would double cover him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I would blitz the quarterback. And that's all they did. I mean, it was simple. I mean, if you didn't change up your strategy of what was being done with your play calling, then you left yourself up, for that. And I'm not even, I never coached a person in my lifetime out of a football team. So if an average person like me can see that, then I'm sure that the coaches saw it. So they set themselves up for that. And man, that blitz from Shamar Ken. Yeah. Great tackle. Great tackle. He was on point for what he was doing.
They look like they were playing. They look like they were having fun, man. I want to say this. I want to go back 2 games prior, TD, and the adjustments that the coach made at the end of each half. FAMU put up 21 in the first half, then scored another point in the second half. FAMU scored. I mean, I think Dane Rich had 5 touchdowns this past game.
Right.
Whooped up on Texas Southern. But at the end of the day, your defense make adjustments. Then Bethune-Cookman switch quarterbacks, go out there and do kind of throw some stuff at us that we hadn't, we weren't really prepared for. We had to adjust on the fly. They made the adjustment. No more points in the second half. It still goes back to his philosophy. I know his philosophy because I talked to him on numerous occasions. And what I mean by that is this. His philosophy is simple. Take away the run game. We're going to take away your rushing attack. That's our goal. Take away your rushing attack and make us – and he said something in the press conference today when I say he, Coach Terenzo Quinn, the defensive coordinator. He said they wanted to get pressure with 2 or 3 guys up front. And when doing that, basically it was going to allow our back end to be a little bit more freer. Shout out to my boy A.J. Petty to go out there and get that pick, man. He attacked the ball, just really made some things really confusing for him, you know what I'm saying? And it was just a good football game. It's just unfortunate that you start seeing some of the rhetoric that's out there. Again, I'll even go and say like this right here. I don't know what was said completely or what was really displayed. I just know what I saw on Twitter in kind of response to kind of what was out there. And I was just like, yeah, man. I mean, 9 games in with a 3-win team, 8 games played. I mean, the film is right there. And like I would say this right here. I can give you my playbook, TD, but you still don't know when I'm going to run.
And when you're going to run it.
And the reality of the matter is, if you're talking about signs, though, then now we're talking about something because now I know your signals.
Right.
Like you can have a play. I mean, most of these offenses pretty much look the same, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. If you don't know what we're talking about, just leave it alone. I ain't finna explain that because it was just some chatter that was out there in the social media world, man, about, I call it a versionary tactic, not necessarily from that side of what was being said. It was more so, in my opinion, I don't think it's something. I don't think that's for us to get into. That ain't for us. That's not for us. Like again, if you're not anti-JSU, then my question to you is what's the purpose of consuming stuff that's anti-JSU? You know what I mean? Like, and I get people do what they want to do at their own time. I mean, I've always defended everybody's right to make content however they want to. Nobody owe JSU no favors. Nobody owe us nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody owe us no nice words, no kind words. Look, we have a whole platform over here that's pro JSU. I spent the majority of the day in the building today. Talk with multiple coaches about what's out there, and it's laughable. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna touch that crap, man. We focus. We locked in. We got Mississippi Valley this weekend that they're preparing for. And I said on Twitter in a funny way, TD, I said, I got Mississippi Valley's playbook right now. It's the same as UAPB. Stop number 11. They got a number 11 that's the best player on their team, but he just so happened to be the quarterback. And Coach said it.
and the tight end, Jackson.
Jackson is solid. He is. I like Jackson. But my point was, stop number 11. And what'd you say? Jackson can't get the ball if you stop number 11.
On his back.
If he on his back, he can't throw. So at the end of the day, all I'm saying is, man, just go play ball, bro. We got what we need to win.
Okay, let me say like about the game. We've been saying for the last I say 3 to 4 weeks. You want to do the preliminaries? Oh yeah, we've been saying for the last 3 or 4 weeks. We constantly see improvement in the team as a whole. We've said that we've yet to see Jackson State play a complete game and play their best game, and when they do, this is what it's going to be. So each week, we saw improvements. And so it just as happened to be the game, all of it came together. And I think, and there's still room to grow. You know what I'm saying? There's still room to grow. I think Coach Quinn has cleared the bench a lot of times, even with corners. I mean, even putting Mike Smith out there against Bethune-Cookman. So he's trying a lot of different things to make sure that he get a right combination of players on the field. And Saturday was the first complete game that I seen our team play. I mean, that was on defense and offense. Special teams, including special teams. I mean, it depends on what version of the special team you're looking for, because Travis has been so dominant. Mr. TT, they wouldn't kick the ball to him.
Right. I told him Saturday that his success took a shot at him. You're gonna have to fight through it. Go ahead.
And then you got. I want to give a shout out to G Baby. That boy kicking that thing from 52 yards. And then check it out, Ken. He made it. And then even the ones he's not making is just a few inches off. They getting there. So that young man had an excellent kicking game. Well, a very good kicking game. I'm gonna say excellent, but from the distance that he was doing it from. You talking about 50 yards, man? You got some pros not doing that, Ken.
Yep, that's right. That's right, brother. That's true. We did have safety help over the top, but gave him a lot of things that really confused him. TD, after you took that first read away, it was a couple of times he really didn't know what to do with the ball, and that was evident. All you gotta do is watch the game. But go ahead.
He wanted to pull it down and run it, and he had nowhere to go with it. That was a time or two he had a little lane, but when he got ready to do that rollout, he really thought he was about to go somewhere, and Shamar was right there to meet him. I mean, he couldn't even get fully turned around before Shamar hitting him on his leg. So it just we always want to talk about a dominance performance. When you look at games like that, that is a strong version of dominating. You know what I'm saying? You can't, I wouldn't say, just a mad, dominance performance, Ken, because when you do that, you don't let them get past the 50-yard line. Like what linebacker came up here that said
DC.
No,
that was Andre Lloyd.
Yeah, he owed Robert Brazil. Yeah, Robert Brazil. He said if they got past the 50, we was in trouble.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they ain't want to get past the 50. Now that's complete and totally and utterly domination.
Again, that's right, brother. Hey, brother Zordan, I ain't never trusted the coalition. You think just because we allow people to talk football on the platform that it ain't no. Listen, I trust everybody to do what it is that they character and disposition gonna display. People show you who they are. All you got to do is watch them and listen to them. They'll tell you who they are. And at the end of the day, it ain't even personal. I don't take it personal no more. People ain't, at the end of the day, everybody got an opinion, dog. Like I ain't finna try to waste my time to try to convince somebody what their opinion is. But anyway, you're right, bro. You spot on with that. And I tell even when things weren't going well for us, TD, and our own fans was being critical, what am I saying? You see what you see. Who am I to tell you that you didn't see what you saw? You know what I'm saying? We can talk about it in a healthy way, but at the end of the day, what you saw is what you saw. So that's just what it is. At the end of the day, though, I like the direction. We're trending up, bro. We're really trending up. Spot on, man. We played a very complete game. Not probably the most complete game of the season. We said that when we were chopping it up after the game. I think everybody was pretty satisfied with that. They marched down the field, and hell, if you watch the SWAT call today, this press conference today, the coach basically, Coach Hampton actually basically told you what happened in a very Cliff Notes version. He was like, look, we marched the ball down the field, kicked the field goal. They got the ball, 4 plays. They was in the end zone. We went back down there, yada, yada, yada. You see what I'm saying? They got a stop on us, turnover on downs. Damn, guess what, TD? They go right back down the field. They score again. Now it's 14-3. He just kind of went down 21-3.
Yeah.
Hey, brother. Hey, I told y'all that. I didn't really enjoy last season. I didn't. I mean, not really. I did not enjoy last season. I don't know if y'all know this, but if you guys are watching the show right now, we had A.D. Robinson on Saturday morning. I just want y'all to understand that we will not be doing Friday night shows during the season anymore. We'll be doing Saturday morning pregame preview shows. So it's working better for us in that capacity because it allows us to travel or get to where we need to be Friday night, get situated and kind of get prepared. And then Saturday morning, we get up and talk football on game day. But I know we had a lot going on for homecoming. We had the parade. People were watching the parade. If you haven't watched the whatchamacallit, you know what I'm saying, the show, we got a commitment from A.D. Robinson to come on once a month. He talked the extensions. Go back to the Saturday show. Definitely go check that out, man. Go check that out. So, but I said it, man. I'm enjoying this season. I really care about these brothers who are on this journey with me. That's part of this crew. And our mental, we have to enjoy it. Just like, what did Coach tell them, TD? He told the players, make sure you're having fun, man. Like, at the end of the day, this is a game. Make sure you have fun. And that's how I feel about us doing this, man. We got to enjoy this too now, y'all. We can't just be all work. You know what I'm saying? It can't just be all work, and no relief and no reprieve. Every now and again, that's why I don't shoot any content during the game. We watching the game, bro. I ain't doing no after the nothing. We in the moment. Because that's important. We fans first at the end of the day. And we kind of got thrust into this particular space, and it's okay. So it is what it is. So at the end of the day, what I would say is this right here. We used to this, though, y'all. We used to this. And I'm going to say this, TD. We remember for years, we had our own local newspaper that was every time they wrote something, it was with a left hand. A lot of left-handed articles, man. They still do it. Matter of fact, I don't know what the other dude. I think he got. Hey, TD, I think the journal. I don't know what that dude at because I ain't heard him or seen him write no articles lately. So I don't know if he's still over there, whatever the case may be. But we'd always get frustrated about the Clarion Ledger or the Clarion Liars, as some would say, writing bull crap articles, man, in the newspaper about us. So what we say was that they didn't give us a beat writer. We started Tiger Talk, or Lee Corsi started Tiger Talk, and we say, look, we'll tell our own damn story. So my question is this right here. If we gonna tell it like it is, I guess everything else is just entertainment. We'll give you what we can give you. And we go from there. We report it as we see it. And I always appreciate true journalism and folks that's gonna be fair. Whether if we suck, we suck. If we play well, tell us, we play well. But the stuff that really kind of irks us is when people shit on us all day, but then when we do something well, it's like you still don't want to give us the credit and say, oh, okay, I see how you are and what you're about, so I'm just going to move around that. I use mute and block all day, every day on social media. And I don't block or mute people just because they interacted with me. If I see something and I feel like I don't want to read that. TD said, what we say? What'd you say today? Be careful what you listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, but you also be careful what you read and all that type stuff because you have to govern your own self and your own emotions. And we love this shit, man. I don't want to sit back and read a bunch of stuff that's antagonizing and tearing down something that I love. So if I know that that's how I feel about it, I'm not going to run towards that. But at the same time, that's whoever's right to feel however they feel. And I've said that and I stand on that. But to your point, AJ, Hey, bro, we've enjoyed the hell out of this season, and especially when you're winning. We 7-2, baby. What we talking about, dog? We 7-2. What's good, brother Justin? 7-2, man. 8-2 loading. Valley finna get this work.
Well,
I don't want to hear all that. They play hard. I don't hear none of that shit. We finna beat the red off their damn helmet. I don't care what. I'm just trying to tell y'all. You can cut that out too. Clip it.
Well, what I was about to say, we did with the team trending the way they have been for the last few weeks. We did exactly what we supposed to do to a team that's second to last in the conference. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So, whatever all the other rhetoric and stuff that's going on, it is what it is, as far as I'm concerned. Now, like you said, it's time to prepare for Valley. We did what we need to do. We handled our business. Congratulations to Coach Taylor for winning his first homecoming. I know he was pretty disgusted last year for losing homecoming. I think he said it bothered him for weeks, which I understood because, it's hard to face up to, losing homecoming. So congratulations to his coaching staff, and all the players, anybody affiliated with that, man, because I know a lot of work went into it. Even the administration stuff at Jackson State, man. There's been a lot of stuff going on with homecoming. There's a lot of work, man. I know it is. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of work, bro.
So, I mean, it is what it is. We won the game in convincing fashion, in which we should have been at the top of the chart. And the team we beat was close to the bottom. So, that is what it is. Now it's time to do the same thing. Prepare for Valley. Again, Coach Taylor said it. They're gonna come to play. They still got it. It's still gonna be 11 on 11. We just got to go out there and and execute like we did.
That's exactly right, and that's the expectation. He made it very clear. So for those who was asking all the questions, now since he said it in the press conference, I can say it now. So for all y'all who be asking about updates with wide receivers and all that type stuff, he let you guys know Rico won't be back. Rico Fabo, as well as Tyquan Henderson, are all out for the season with season-ending injuries. Expecting to have all of them back. Got a text from Kobe tonight. I won't really display what that's about, but slight potential of returning this season, and that's the expectation just through rehab, and then we'll see. We keep playing football, and he'll have a chance to get back on the field this year, and if not, we'll see. We'll see how that goes, but hey, man, it is what it is. It's been a next man up mentality. I haven't really seen many teams in this conference that could sustain the amount of just injuries that we've kind of sustained and that we have sustained and still not miss a beat. It speaks to the recruiting that Tyler, no. The answer to that question is no. Won't return. So I know he didn't say that, but I'll just leave it at that. That's a no. So we're good in that area. And it's also a choice. It's more of a lot of times TD young men get injured and they may not want to, they don't want to get cut on, bro. So you take the rehab route. If you take the rehab route and let it heal naturally, it may take a little longer. When you look at your situation and your circumstance, you're in a position to where you got several years of eligibility left. There's no reason to go under the knife. You got a deep room. You heal all the way up. You come back healthy the following year. Things free up a little bit more. Now you know what I mean. So, hey, Miss Thelma, yes, hey, cuz, yeah, that was Jarrell. Shout out to brother Ellis Jones. His dad it was his birthday, so I had a chance to go by there and see Jarrell, see Mr. Ellis. One of my good buddies, man, Jarrell Jones, his dad, he invited us over. Hey, BJ coming through that thing, TD. Y'all know BJ, head coach of the Canton Tigers, my former college teammate, JUCO. We all won state championship together, championship 02, Holmes Community College. Me, Jarrell, BJ, Sandrell, shucks, man, the list goes on and on.
BJ won last year, too.
Yeah, he did win last year in Canton High. Yes, he did. But anywho, let me jump into a few preliminaries, TD. Just do want to say shout out to everybody that's a channel subscriber. We just hit 6,500 subscribers on the road to 7K. It's been a slow grind, man, and I appreciate everybody for hitting that subscribe button. If you're watching now, Why would you be watching now? If you're watching now on Twitter, do us a favor. Go to the YouTube page and click the subscribe button and watch it from YouTube as well. We need those views. And if you appreciate the content, hit the like button. If you'd like to donate to the platform, feel free to do so. Hey, we appreciate everybody. So 6,500 subscribers, man. And we're going to keep this thing rocking and rolling, man. This is a Jackson State platform that's built on Jackson State. We talk about Jackson State. We do what we do. We're going to get into that JSU Tiger. Just hang tight. KC-1400 Collective. Go to the website, KC-1400collective.com. A lot of conversations this weekend regarding the collective, man. TD, I am super excited about the energy and the enthusiasm around the participation and joining this collective and growing this thing. Shout out to brother Jason Gibson, the conversations that we had in regards to this. Shout out to A.D. Robinson for, just giving us some positive feedback and just a lot of a lot of folks was ready to get active with us. And I won't get into everything, but I'm going to just say that this event right here, January 11, man, oh my goodness, man, this is going to be one for the ages. It's going to be our first inaugural NIL football fundraiser. Oh man. And
not to mention, even with this right here coincide something that A.D. Robinson said on the show on Saturday.
Yes, sir.
He mentioned about getting more into NILs to keep, some of the players or to recruit some of the players. Because like you say, it's pay for play now. So this right here, I mean, there's something that, he said that he want to get into, or the school want to get into on their side. And there's something that, we doing, and as fans, as collective, as Tiger Nation who want to get involved, this is something that we doing on this side. So we all trying to come together to make sure that our program continues to be top notch, continue to run the way that we as fans would like it to run, as well as, the school and everybody else. And we're going to need this because you know what? We got some great players on the team. So players that, you guys hadn't even seen. And then even speaking with the coaching, man, they're bringing them in. So
TD,
go ahead and rock with that, Ken. You got it.
Hey, let me tell you something, brother. Hey, y'all better be careful, man. Y'all pulling up in these stadiums with this good talent on these sorry teams.
Man, Jay, what he living?
I'm gonna just put that out there.
I mean,
no, hold on. Let it simmer. Jay might take some. Got a text message tonight. Hey man, listen, we play in the same game they play in. They do it. Folk, we so worried about folk. Oh man, folk gonna poach our player. You better hope we don't poach yours. Cause we winning. People like winners. That big old stadium. I get it, man. Y'all see the stadium behind that. We gonna get everything that ain't right. We gonna get it right. We gonna get it right.
Jamil Gardner.
Yep, we're gonna get it right. All I'm saying is, y'all, this is what y'all don't like. Y'all like to hit us all day. Jab, 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 jab. And y'all have a problem when we hit back. Why is that? How is it that folk can jab us all day, but when what's the saying, TD? It ain't no fun when the tiger got the gun.
Oh, the tiger. It's the tiger. Okay. I know. Okay. He needed.
Hey, it's an old clip on life that we play around. It said that wasn't gonna take one of them old white Ola pies and turn them into tiger pie. Hey, what we talking about, baby? That's all I'm saying. Because if you can't do what we can do, don't you be bringing those folk over here, letting them young folk over there. Y'all got them folk out there playing in front of 13 people. I can throw a football in the damn stands. It won't hit nobody. And they come in there and they see all that black excellence up there in that stadium, man, with the DJ playing and the swag and come on, man. I know why y'all hate us, man, and that's why we love it. And that's why what did coach say, man? Hey, what in the words of Miss Janet Jackson? What Miss Janet Jackson say, TD? You remember what she said?
She said a lot, man, but I
got a specific quote that I want you to tell me what she said, TD.
Control.
She said, "It's Jackson if you're nasty."
Oh man, boy.
This why I get it. He said, boy, they nasty up there in Jackson. We got t-shirts coming. them nasty Tigers. Hey, man, you going to lean into it. Don't give us no damn quotes, Coach. We coming with it, baby. I know why you're mad. Ooh, I know why you're mad. Because y'all know you can't do what we can do. That's why you hate us. And that's why we get talked about. Tiger Nation, stop crying because you're the Shaq bully and you know you can do things that the others can't do. So you know why these folk do what they do. If it ain't gonna get no traction, it ain't gonna get talked about. I understand that, and I have no issue with that. I just find it funny. Don't complain about it, embrace it. I'm embracing it. That's all I'm saying. Listen, the hate ain't gonna stop. People might have an issue with what I got to say. I don't give a shit because I don't pay no attention to it no more. I don't read it. I don't listen to it. I don't nothing. If I see some mute, block, I just drown it out because I'm going to live in my own euphoria, my JSU euphoria. If we lose, I got enough JSU folk I got to deal with. I ain't got to worry about the haters. Ain't that right, TD? We got to get through Jack State folk first. Boy, Jack State folks, you think Jack State nasty. Whew, boy, whoo-wee. I don't ever want to go through that week after Grambling again. I don't want to go through that no more. You, TD? You want to do that?
Hey, I tell you what though, I'm very mindful of what I saw in the show. Cause folks to call you up. Hey man, then you say,
man, TD. I have had folks say, boy, I was in the stand, boy, they were talking about you and they were talking about y'all so bad. Ken, them getting on that, stay on that video. They talking about all these players we got. And man, these folks get a little crazy, man. And I have to say, hey, just hang tight, man.
Hey, but check this out, Ken. This is the second time this year that we've had a coach to compliment something dealing with Jackson State in the vet. Shout out to Coach Graves. So now we got one liking the band. We got one, we got one enjoying the atmosphere. He said he liked it, man. He said he liked that how. And Ken, that's one thing that we always talked about on this show about being hostile, about making it hostile for the other team, and Coach Hampton kind of, solidified a little bit, showing that we are getting better. Speaking of that, Ken, what do you think of the game atmosphere on Saturday?
I think we still not as loud as we need to be. Can I criticize us a little bit? I think that we depend. And listen, it was homecoming. I know we partied since Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Wednesday, Thursday, shucks. I get it, TD. But when you get to the game, it was just too many moments in the game where the announcer had to tell us to get loud. And that's always going to be our criticism. I stand on that. I think with the amount of people we had in that stadium, it needed to be a little bit more hostile. I'm okay with the criticisms of that because I feel like until we get to where we need to be, we gonna forever be criticized about that. You know what I mean? So, but the game day itself, I mean, shucks, man. The team is the real engine that makes the crowd go roar. Because when we scoring touchdowns and we doing big time plays, I think the team gave our fans a lot to cheer for. I still want to see the Boom to get more aligned with the game. There was a couple moments where a couple section battles, and I get it. Hey, man, shout out to UAPB for bringing their band, too, by the way. The info came through, and I appreciate that. I appreciate them for pulling up, man, and they was a little late, but it's all good. They pulled up. I just think we need to, when it comes to some of the things that were out there, I heard of all the stuff because I got 17 goddamn calls, bro. I said, y'all, I don't work for Jackson State. Get that information in the hands of the right people and let them understand what your experience is like, and they'll address it. I got faith in them that we'll get it corrected. I really do. But I'll say this right here. We can always be better. Now, listening to AD on Saturday, look, man, that's a big stadium, bro. Big stadium. It's an old stadium. You know what I'm saying? And I'll say this too. The people that are in places to work the stadium and do their jobs, we need them to do their jobs, bro. We need them to do their jobs. There's a lot of people that weren't doing their jobs, bro. And I'm talking about reports of that. That ain't always on the people that's leading them because you can hire the right people. You can bring a whole new staff of people in, TD. But if you bring in people and people still don't want to do their job, people still want to be unethical, people still want to do whatever they want to do, That's a problem everywhere. And if you own a business, you understand that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that the experience can be better. It can always be better. Our advantage, I don't try to speak for, because I hadn't gone through a ticket gate in 2+ years, bro. It might be, you know what I'm saying? I go, you know, the gate we go through. So my vantage point is a little skewed. And I always tell everyone, I can't convey to you, I can't convey to the powers that be your experience. That's your experience. That's secondhand information. I can't even take that in the court of law. Well, TD said, they're going to say, stop, inadmissible. What did you see? What did you experience? So my experience is a little different. So from the game day experience itself, I got to be straight up, bro. I'm transparent. Y'all know that. I feel like our announcer talked a little too much. There was a couple moments in the game where we needed him to be locked into the game, and TD was still talking. He was still doing announcements. And we needed that. You see what I'm saying? We needed some of them on. So I'm a bit anal when it comes to this type of stuff. Attention to details and being intense and really putting that pie. I know the coach said it was nasty, but you know what I would have preferred Coach Lonzo have to say, TD? Boy, them fans were nasty and they were loud as hell up in there. I just want to hear that one time. You follow what I'm saying? So until we get to that point, I'm not going to be satisfied. I'm going to keep saying, hey, we could be a little bit better.
That's not what he was implying, because he said, you know, of course, he said some things.
I said it was smack talking. You know, that's from behind. You know, they on that side over there. We know who sit over there. We sit over there. You know what time it is. We behind the bench. You know how we get down. But what I'm saying is, our crowd is like a big teddy bear. We lovable, bro. I don't like that, bro. I want nasty all the time. I want loud. I want disruption. I want intensity. And anybody that ever sat next to me to a game, don't talk to me about nothing that ain't football related during from the kickoff to the 0:00. I don't care. It's football, bro. So I understand people go to the game for different reasons at times, but I'm locked into the game, bro, when the game is going on. So at the end of the day, I think we have the right people in place, and I think it's only up from here. I will say this: Karamu has done a great job. Using of the Jumbotron has been a lot better improvement. The timing of when we kicked it, I'm going down everything that we've ever griped about. When they kicked the field goal, that's right. So if you're going to be critical, you got to also give credit where credit is due when they get it right. You follow what I'm saying? So they got that right. For those who haven't been to a game, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got that right. The DJ was on point. The Jumbotron was on point. The kick, the field goal kick, the timing of that is on point. The 0:15 is legit. You know what I'm saying? The music starts playing when the boom comes in. It's a lot of things that you probably don't really pay attention to. So they said, "Well, I would love to see Jumbotron replays."
Yes,
that's fair. I think sometimes it depends on the streaming, though. You know what I mean? The streaming. We still got to have it, though, because I know some games you'll see the replay. If it's like a nationally televised game, they'll replay it because it's on TV or whatever. I don't know, but whatever it is, I think we're trending up. We're trending up from the game, the actual game atmosphere, like the game itself. The other stuff, I'm not so much as speaking to that. I'm speaking to your question. So hopefully that touched on that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you hit the nail on the head, especially when you start out alluding to the way that, you know what I'm saying, we enter the game. But I have experience on the other side as well.
Yeah.
The thing with it, Ken, I think compared to last year and, you know, a lot of stuff that was said on this platform about game day, I think there has been a good bit of turnaround. You know, of course, you know, you can't, you know, things not going to happen overnight. And that's within one season. But compared to the things that was being said, you know, in the spring, you know, last fall, like you said, the Jumbotron is better. Man, the field look good. People are coming out and showing up. There are definitely some things in the background that needs to happen. But for all of those, for all of you who's talking along those lines about what needs to be done in the background, things that, you know, we hadn't seen, go back and watch the interview from AD. He addressed a lot of those issues that you have questions about. And then he also put out, you know, he showed where, you know, things that can be done that he's looking to do to make those things better. You know what I'm saying? I think Akeem and his staff has been doing what they, a pretty good job dealing with the vet the way that they have, and of course, like I said, Karamu was doing a better job. He playing the band, and Karamu is not fighting over time. Music's not still playing while people on the field. So those things has gotten better. So you definitely trending upward. So I'm proud of the way things are going. With the team and with the with the facilities and stuff, man. I'm sure AD has some things in play that he wanted to get done. That's why he pushing the 40 by 40. And what's the other one? The Bill. What's the other one? Can you remember? Foundation.
Building Champions Fund.
Yeah, it's a building chapter fund. Go back and watch the show from Saturday morning. He talks about all that.
Brother Milton, that's what we alluded to that. We talking about inside the stadium aspect, the actual game atmosphere, the game itself. The other gripes, like I said, I'm fully aware of whatever has been said, and that is something that has to absolutely improve. And that's why I said that whatever your experience is, what I'm saying, communicate it to the powers that be, and if I'm pretty sure they are aware at this point of what's being said, like I said, and the expectation is for it to improve. It's really just that simple. Sometimes it was a quote that I just heard, man. It was like something about knowing what you don't know is the best. I was listening to a video, but it was like, knowing what you're not good at is a really good start. You know what I'm saying? To fixing a lot of the problems. And if you think that everything is good, but you actually stink, that's not a good thing. So, but again, I just want to say this though, that ain't for us to fix.
Right.
We're in you see what I'm saying? Like, and it also isn't for, and I don't take this the wrong way, folks. You don't have to tell me about it. I can't really do nothing about it. All I can do is do what you need to do, and that is communicate it. But don't. I know you think that it's just your one comment, but if 50 people just had one comment, trust me. I had to say that today. I was like, I can't really do nothing about that. You have to take your experiences and like let someone else that can do something about that. No, ain't nothing wrong with you talking, but it's at the same time, it's like,
I mean,
I'm not. I understand it. I understand it, and I want to be careful with that. But at the same time, it can come off sometimes as becoming a Jackson State complaining dump.
Right.
I'm not a dumpster for JSU complaints. I just want to say that. Like, I'm more solution driven, and the reality of the matter is, if I got to save TD a generic response because I'm saying the same thing to everyone, then that lets me know I'm wasting way too much time on it. Go ahead, bro.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, one of the things one of the reasons, man, they probably reached out to you like that, man, because what I'm saying, the moves that you make and the way that you carry yourself about some things,
I understand it.
The effort to make yourself happy. But with that being said, again, I would allude to the video. I mean, the segment that we had with AD on Saturday, and so he and his staff, he and the president, they have some things in place. But those things, just like anything else, take money. And so that's why they have all these different campaigns. If you want to know, well, why this, why that, I mean, go watch the video, go pull up the information yourself and read up on it and see why, you had a different campaigns on what's going on. And the biggest thing like that is just like voting. I mean, we complain about what's going on in the world, but we won't get out to vote. Then what we talking about? Same thing with the stadium. Reach out to the people that make a difference. Akeem is the manager. Exercise your right to get behind that keyboard and shoot them an email.
Let's get that information to the right people, and I promise you, they'll hear it.
And I think they got some things in place, Ken.
Here's the thing, TD. One game it could be great,
right? And
then the next game it sucks, right? So let's say you go through a situation where we got one game at home in the regular season left, and we have to win out to host the SWAC championship, right?
Right.
You're not going to fire your entire staff in the middle of no season because you ain't going to have nobody to work. You follow what I'm saying? So you have to really manage it. Not saying that anyone's getting fired. I'm just saying, like, if there's an issue or something like that, when you understand in the management aspect of it, you got to try to minimize your risk and your losses by trying to manage through those issues. And then when it's all said and done, you assess it and say, okay, this right here just has to go away. This got to be revamped, this, blah, 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 blah. And at the end of the day, I think, it'll be, and like I said, I ain't making no excuses for it because I ain't see it. I'm just going by what you telling me. And if that's your experience, then you got to communicate what their experience is. But anyway, go ahead, bro.
Oh yeah. Well, I was about to say, I think things is trending upward, as far as all is concerned. I'm definitely liking the movement of the team, and I want to give a shout out, Ken, to it's a good problem. Yet it's good.
All right, talk to me.
Problem. So as I'm leaving, the stadium, and you guys walked out from me, but I stopped to talk to a family. That family just happened to be the family, Matt Noel and his family.
All right.
He had about 8 people around him, man. I told him, hey, man, you still the best punter in the game. We shouting you out on the show. You still doing your thing. You still real, respected. We know you still, able to do the thing. He was like, yeah, man, but when you have all your family around, I'd like to get just one kick. It's like, hey, man, we scoring.
Did you hear Coach today? You heard him.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, I heard it.
We don't want you to kick, but we love you.
Hey, man, you still the best.
He's a great holder, though.
Yeah. Hey, you still, stay warm. Stay warm. You never know. This thing get tougher, as you get deep into the playoffs, deep into the games, man. You never know when to need it. So don't give up on it. Don't give up on it.
Not at all. And listen, real quick, we got to get moving on our preliminaries. I just dropped the link. Hey, y'all, pre-orders open through Wednesday. So this week, we're going to have pre-order. Get them TD's Golden Fish T-shirts out. If you want to grab a JT, we can still, I'll get that to you pretty quickly. But pre-orders for the TD Golden Fish going to close on Wednesday. And then we'll order a few extra ones so we can have that to be the case. And, yeah, man, go ahead and appreciate. We got one order in tonight. So if you haven't grabbed one, go ahead and grab your one tonight while you're looking. And let's get it rolling. Baseball season tickets are on sale. Make sure you grab your baseball season tickets, man. Go JSUTigers.com/2024 baseball tickets. Women's soccer kicks off Thursday, TD, November 7th. We are the 5th seed. We open up versus Alabama A&M at 1 p.m. in the quarterfinal round. The winner of that game takes on the winner of the number 1 seed, Texas Southern, in Prairie View. We built for the tournament. I like our chances, bro. So we're going to go do what we need to do. So best of luck to the ladies over in the SWAC tournament. Men's and women's basketball kicked off today. Man, we got to shout out to Coach Margaret Richards, man. The team looks like, I'll say this, I watched the game. Going to be very, very good defensive team, bro. Just, not where we need to be at the moment. And we understand that, but I really had a really good showing. Lost 78-44. I know the score doesn't really show that, but when you speak to kind of the game, the size, there's a size difference there. Well, we got some decent size. I think we got what we need. I think we got what we need. I really like some of the pieces. Shout out to my girl. I told y'all, man, Talia Dilworth is going to be a stud, going to be a star for us, and she's going to be a baller, you know what I'm saying, for the women's basketball team, man. So I saw Zaria Glover, my girl. She got out there and hit 2 threes. I know she let it rip, TD. She didn't shoot that well from the field. I know as a team from the 3-point line, shot 22%, 28% from the field. But again, this is going to be a grinded out non-conference slate, and we just got to do what we got to do, and we'll make it happen. So, but just basketball is under the way. You want to touch on this before we move on?
Nah, man. It looked like the season kicked off. Of course, it always take time to gel, to teammates get to know each other, get the chemistry right. So, of course, they play, Clemson. 44.
Yeah. What's up, brother Jerome?
So, man, we look forward to a good season from them, regardless of what, man. We supporting our Tigers.
There it is, brother. There it is, man. Next up, the men just finished. Tough outing, man. I got to say this, man. Whew. I watched most of this game before we got started. Good gracious alive, bro. This team shot the ball unbelievably well. This is it's like an NBA team. And I mean that. And I know basketball very well. And I'm just saying the defensive, that's probably one of the best defensive teams, bro, I've seen in college basketball in a very long time.
Referring to who?
Coach Kevin, 4 returning starters, bro, and they shot the cover off the ball, bro.
Houston?
My God. Houston shot the cover off that summer gun, bro. I'm saying, I know they went into the half, bro. It was like, I mean, they were shooting 80% from the three-point line, dog. They were shooting more, a higher percentage from three-point than they were from the field, bro. It was crazy, man. It was crazy, man. That was something to behold.
So were you able to assist our team, from that? I mean, being that
we got a lot of weapons, man. Deshaun probably won't play until game number 3, according to the coaches. Man, I think our team is gonna be ready to play when it's sweat. We got 13 road games, bro, in a row, and coach is putting them through. Tatum is gonna be ridiculous, bro. Jalen Tatum he reminds me of Jaylen Brown, bro. He got a lot of Jaylen Brown in him to me. The way he plays, he got it, man. Romeo Mansell, he did what he did his thing. Shannon got to get in a little bit better shape, which I think he's getting there. Big kid, but he still did what he needed to do. We turned the ball over. We had a lot of turnovers today, so we got to protect the ball, and we got to make 3-pointers, dog. We got to make 3-pointers. We shot 17% from the field. Man, it was tough though. But bro, if you watch the game, you saw, my goodness, bro. And then too, man, even on top of that, we down 30 and the refs were still calling ticky-tack stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it was just still kind of it was tough, man. It really was. That's my thoughts on it. Hell, there was a number 4 team in the country. This team could be easily number 1 in the next week or so, bro. I mean that. This team is really good, bro. This is going to be one of them deep. This is a national championship tournament winning team, bro. They got everything they need, bro. They got everything. I was so impressed with this team. I was like, God damn, this team good.
And again, you're referring to Houston.
I'm referring solely to Houston. I'm just telling you, our team is going to be fine. You know what I'm saying? We don't have all our players. I mean, we still got Deshaun. Deshaun doesn't – TD, we got a young team, bro. We got a lot of freshmen that's playing. You got some young guys that's playing. We got a couple of older guys. But that team is a senior-led team, bro. That's one of them teams that the players stay, and you got 21, 22, 23-year-old dudes that's hooping that know the game, that's playing on an extremely smart coach. And it's hard to beat them teams that's 10 deep like that. You know what I mean? So, but I don't really take a whole lot from this game other than we got our butts whooped. We move on to the next game, bro. We go to High Point. That's all I got on that, dog.
Okay.
They shot the cover off that joker, though. We were ready to get the hell out of there, man. They were 7 for 9 from the 3-point line, bro. You said I stopped watching. They weren't missing nothing, bro.
Hey, Ken, it might not be a good question for you, but I'm gonna ask you.
Man, you got it.
With the injury that just started putting Deshaun sustained, do you think he's coming back? You think we'll see that old player?
Mm-hmm. Coaches are just being cautious with him. He from what the coach said, he said that he had took a couple of days off, kind of let his he's good to go. But you know how you start playing, your body still got to readjust to the full speed and the contact. And then you let him take a few days off, and then they want him to practice full speed with contact for an extended period of time before they let him actually get on the court. So the trajectory right now is that he will play in game number 3, according to Coach Tyler Adams. We talked on the yard during homecoming. So he'll be fine, bro. He'll be fine. It's just a mental thing. You're having to make sure you can trust your body, and they're not rushing him. They made it very clear. We're not going to rush you. We want him to be as 100% as possible. But in a game like this, I don't think that it would have made too much of a difference. I'm gonna just be real with you. Yeah. They were just flat out better than us, and that's just what it is.
Okay.
All right. Final scores, man. We ain't gonna touch anybody. Look, hey, I thought Alabama A&M was gonna beat Southern. Look, Zay-T went out there and balled the hell out. He won SWAC Player of the Week for Southern. Had 3 touchdowns. I think he was like 25 for 37. the young man is balling, bro. And he got them ranked #1 in the West. So Southern is the dust is starting to settle, TD, where we staring at it. We win out, they went out. You're now staring at a rematch for Boombox Classic in Jackson for the SWAC championship. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, how they looking right now? I think A&M probably mathematically eliminated right now.
Pretty much.
Okay.
They still out of it. They need a lot of help. And I don't think Southern doesn't have enough games to lose. They can lose 4. They would have to lose every game after this.
Oh, something like that in the conference. Okay.
Yeah, 4-1. They only lost to they lost to
the Prairie View?
FAMU.
Okay.
Yeah, they lost to FAMU. But Grambling lost to Bethune-Cookman, man. Cam Ransom was 18 for 20. The quarterback that played against us, TD, didn't even play this game. Luke Sprague.
Yeah, they threw a monkey wrench when they played us.
You see what I mean?
Yes.
They had our playbook.
Dude.
I'm just saying. That what they had. It's called building a strategy, bro. You do realize that if you got a good film person and a good analyst, if you got good analysts, he did get hurt. I know he's very injury prone. He got hurt that game. But if you got good analysts that can break film down, Eric Spoelstra is a head NBA coach. You know he was a video coordinator, bro. You know what video coordinators do? They break film down. So if a coach say, hey, can you get me all the plays that he runs to the left? They'll go in and they'll dissect the film and literally cut that shit up, man, to where when the coaches get ready to put their game plan in, they can establish tendencies. Coach Quinn is a football nerd like that. You know what I'm saying? Where he spent countless hours, and this is to his own admission. When he going in there, they preparing game plans, bro, and that's what happened. So, hey, listen, Bethune Grambling quarterback is hurt. Miles Crawley was out. They played a backup. He had 2 interceptions, no touchdowns, from what I remember, no passing touchdowns. So, and Cam Ransom had the best game that he could have possibly had. And they went out there and they did what they needed to do, man. They beat Grambling in a close one.
I mean, think about it. I think Bethune-Cookman, they was kind of projected to be pretty good this year, weren't they?
Because of the recruiting. Remember, TD, I'm gonna say this because I said this earlier, and I don't care about what people think what I'm saying because people disrespect us all day. I'm sorry, bro. If all you do is disrespect us, you don't get to come back and try to rebuttal disrespect that's directed back at your disrespect. People try their best. I'm gonna say it sounds goofy, don't it, TD? I'm gonna say it again. If all you're doing is being disrespectful, I'm talking about the coalition and from all different schools and stuff. If your disrespect is met with disrespect from our side, you don't have the right to complain about the disrespect that we give back to your disrespect. We're not talking. All our coaches went out there and did is recruited, TD. And we went out there and proceeded to have the #1 recruiting class, HBC recruiting class, 2 years back to back. Follow me on this. And all we hear was, it ain't about recruiting. Oh, that ain't this, it ain't that. And guess what happened, TD? Bethune-Cookman had about 5 or 6 players that they added that was from the transfer portal, and everybody started elevating what they were doing over what we had going on, and they were acting like it was they oh man, they got this thing figured out. Bethune-Cookman got the bet. They over there recruiting their ass off. I'm looking at this shit like, bro, yeah, they even
got a tackle that we wanted, right? He didn't stay.
Yeah, he quit the team because they were sorry, but I'm just saying. And that's not because I'm not calling him sorry. I'm telling you what one of the teammates said. Oh, yeah, he left us, bro. We weren't winning, so he bounced. Should have came to Jack State. I'm just saying. At the end of the day, the point I'm making is Bethune-Cookman was getting, oh, man, everybody was, go back, find them tweets. Firing off. Oh, man, Bethune-Cookman going to have the best. Bethune. I think Bethune-Cookman got a better recruiting class than Jackson State. No, you don't think that. What you think is that you don't like Jackson State and you found something that you can grab and try to push us down. That's your insecurity, bro. You just got an issue with JSU or sis, whoever it is. So what I'm saying is this. Bethune-Cookman is not a good team, bro, like right now. But Grambling is also Not the same team. Miles Crowley not being the quarterback, they look dismal. You got to have decent quarterback play.
I mean, but
Now, he was struggling at times. Go ahead, bro.
Bethune Cookman, my iffy team. They was on that they were teetering the line with me, you know, and I thought that, you know, looking at them on the schedule, just analyzing the schedule for the season start, I thought that they could be, you know, I had to use the word trap game, but you know, a iffy game for us. I think I mentioned that before. So, you know, looking at the recruiting and things that they did with Coach Woody, and the way they played us last year, I definitely thought they were being a little better, and you know, and they had a little fire when they came out and played us. So, hey, you know, again, yeah, it happened the way it happened,
Look,
but I thought they was a decent team.
hey, look, they're not a good team.
Yeah,
They got some good pieces that's scattered, and that's all I got on them. Moving right along.
I was just
FAMU
game, man.
But
Yeah, man.
hey, brother Coach Green, I get it. I fully understand it. I think I covered that in the beginning. I said everybody has an opinion, everybody has a type, but this is where opinions, you have to stop excusing delusion for opinions. Even though it is an opinion, we can't sell delusion as, oh, everybody can have opinion. No, just call that for what it is. You're deluded and you're being an ignoramus because you're failing to consider. If you don't know what the definition of ignoramus means, it means that you fail to consider the evidence that's in front of you. You're just gonna ignore all the data and just gonna have an opinion that's not based off anything but some shit you conjured up in your head that's centered around hate. That, my friend, is called a delusion. Anyway, all right.
Hey, so
right.
I was expecting. Yeah, I thought Texas. Well, you know what? And here's the thing: it's no disrespect to FAMU. I'm definitely hoping, you know, for our path to get to the national championship, I want FAMU as far out of the picture as possible. So I was hoping Texas Southern, you know, pulled off one. I'm sure just like they can be hoping different teams pull out one against us, but it wasn't nowhere near close. They made Daniel.
They didn't even look like they belonged on the same field with FAMU. They got mopped up down. They got ran upside one side and went down the other. And Daniel Richardson was all world, 5 touchdowns. FAMU was a homecoming. You know what I'm saying? It was homecoming. They ain't lost their bread. Now they 20. Was it 22 now? 23 wins straight.
Hey, Ken, I asked you last week, and you were right. I mean, I agree with you when you were saying. That's why I asked you the question. Coach Dishman, that his method might not be working, bro.
Well, I'll say it like this right here. It could have been. They could have had Fred McNair, who's over there helping Southern be better.
Oh.
So you guys had a potential opportunity to hire a winner who actually you had a contract for, and you had this man leave his job to come over there to be your head coach. And you reneged on the contract and decided to go a different route with a guy who refuses to name starters. I have no sympathy for you. And we appreciate Coach Manny Ramirez because we now have the best offensive line in the conference and the #1 leading rusher.
Yes, sir.
All right, move right along. Prairie View versus Valley State.
Wow.
Prairie View was getting their ass whooped the whole game, TD. It was 10-3 in the third quarter. Then, man, they scored 10-10. Valley scored 7. No, then Prairie View scored 17-10. Valley scored with a minute and some change left on the clock. And Coach Kendrick Wade said, I'm going for it.
Well, he said his mind was made up even before they scored, bro. When they went out on the field to do the drive, he said his mind was made up.
And guess what? His mind was made up to lose. You know why, TD?
But check this out, though. If you notice what he said, though, Ken, he said he missed a 2-point conversion because of flag. But then he decided to kick the extra point to tie it up. That's what he said.
And what happened?
it got blocked or they missed it. It didn't happen. I don't know, but he was going for the win, man.
Hey, I hate it for him though, man. They almost hey listen, I'm kicking it off the rip, dog. I get the philosophy of I'm going all in because he like, what I got to lose? We ain't won a game. But dog, 17-16, you was right there. I'm taking my chance in overtime, bro.
Yeah, I would have.
I'm gonna take my chance in overtime. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do that because y'all win. Usually the team that scores and forces overtime and the momentum and all that type stuff. We'll see what happens. Anywho, Alabama State, huh?
But you got another. He got some others that he may need to look at too, man. His quarterback being the leading rusher. That's gonna be another. That's gonna be another situation.
That's right. Listen, Alabama State Alcorn. Man, tough game, man. Alabama State, great defense, bro. Would have loved to have gotten Rico Dozier. He had a phenomenal game. SWAC Defensive Player of the Week, 19 tackles, 2 sacks. One of it was probably somebody off their team wins. Traquan maybe one of them win the SWAC Defensive Player of the Year. But man, they got a good defense, bro. They do. I get that to him. The young man that's playing quarterback for him is serviceable. He's doing a decent job to get what they need. Alcorn had a chance to win that game. They gave it away, in my opinion. I think they had him. They kind of let them off the hook. And that's kind of what that's that type of game that Alabama State play, man. They want to get to the 20s, TD, and they want to hold you under 20.
They grind me, man.
They are grinding. A lot of big cornerbacks. They play. They lean on their linebackers, bro, because their linebackers have speed. They let them do a lot up front, and then they try to take away everything you got on the back end. I will say this: as we prepare, we will be preparing for Alabama State as we play Valley, and I'll just say this right here: Jack State has number 1 offense in the conference for a reason. So Alabama State number 1 defense versus number 1 offense. But here's the caveat to that: we also got the number 2 defense statistically. At the end of the day, scoring defense. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you got to beat us. And that last year don't help you in this because we ain't the same team we were last year. They're not the same team that they were. We got to go to Montgomery. I like our chances there. It's going to be a rowdy game, and I like it that way. I like it.
It's going to be a fight.
It's going to be a hell of a fight, TD. It's going to be a little chilly.
Heavyweight.
It's going to be a heavyweight bout, and we need to win that game. We win that game, we clinch.
Now, Ken, I'm telling you right now, once I got to look at Valley, I got to look at some Valley stuff, man, but once that's done, I'm going to design with the offensive player that Jackson State has. I'm going to turn it into OC. I'm going to design me a play to get past that defense. Man, it's hard getting past that defense, but I'm going to definitely design.
I'm going to tell you what you need, and we have the recipe to get past that defense, TD.
I know, yes, sir, we do.
We have the recipe, and I think it starts up front. You have a front 5, a 5-man front that's able to open up the holes with a really good running back. I think Irvin's going to have a grinded out game. It'll be hard to get to 100 yards. I'm going to just tell you that now. But at the same time, if anybody could do it, it's him. You follow what I'm saying? And I don't feel no fear, bro. Not saying anybody does. Not saying anybody does. But this is what I'm saying, though. I love our chances.
You know what? You know something just hit me, Ken. I put Matthews in the back. I have a double back set with Matthews in the backfield.
You might see that. You might see that. It's gonna be some creative stuff. Well, look, bro, we ran a lot of 12 personnel this game. So at the end of the day, hell, you might see 22 personnel. You don't know, man. We don't know. I mean, I love the fact that we ran 12 personnel. First series, Irv go out there for a big run. Guess why? We ran 12 personnel. We ran the tight end over there, and then we motioned the tight end to the left side, and here come Irv with a big gaping hole, bro. Ran straight through that thing, take that thing up the field 40 yards, bro. Could have been a house call, but his foot stepped out of bounds.
Hey, but the last thing I saw in this Alabama State Alcorn game, that very last play of the game, the young man caught the ball 4 yards outside the end zone.
Yeah.
The Hail Mary. I mean,
it was right there.
get the ball, down the field far enough. If he had him, man, they, it would have been a touchdown.
It would have been, bro.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into ours real quick. Y'all know the score, 41. But look, man, the coaches still got us ranked. Jack State now ranked number 20 in the FCS poll. There's a lot of polls out there. I stand on this, bro. I don't care where you rank us. You can rank us 20, 25th, 23rd. You can put South Carolina State ahead of us. You can put FAMU ahead of us. I really don't give a shit. This is irrelevant at this point. We just got to keep winning. We keep winning, we'll get into the teams. I don't see a pathway for us getting into the top 10 because of the teams, and maybe so. We don't know. 10-2 could possibly, see us up there. But only HBCU ranked this week. South Carolina State had a great victory that past Thursday against North Carolina Central. They look like they're in the driver's seat, TD, to win the MEAC, but they got to go play Howard. And so does North Carolina Central. So they play Howard in D.C., and we'll see what happens, man. I mean, they got to handle their business. We got to handle our business. That's just how that works. One of the stars of the game, man. Brother Irvin Mulligan, 19 carries, TD, 141 yards, 1 touchdown. This game got Irv to 700 plus, leading. He's the leading rusher in the SWAC, and he's also averaging 100 yards per game now. He is averaging 100 yards per game. He's also averaging a touchdown per game because he's only played in 7 games. He did not play the first 2 games due to injury, but he's averaging amazing, right at 7 yards per carry. That's right, Brother McCaskill. That's right. But listen, thoughts on Brother Irv. He was one of the impact players of the game, bro. Hell of a game.
I mean, what can you not say about Mr. Mulligan? I mean, he's a class player. He's a team player. And when you was talking about the touchdown, he had 7 touchdowns. When you think about the unselfishness that he had to allow, Matthews to go in, he said, look, I'm going to carry the ball all the way down. Once I get you going in, I want you to carry it in. Just to honor that young man for being on the team that long. That's mad respect. That's a mad team player. At the end of the day, we're going to get it there, man. So you cannot beat that unselfishness, by Irv. I actually love to see the young man run. And Ken, you might not agree with this too much, but he's starting to give me TD vibes. And I'm talking about Terrell Davis, the way he hit the hole in the middle and people bounce off of him, and the way he take it to the house. I love to see the young man run. He has excellent ability, and I wish him I hope he get way over 1,000 yards. He's on the road to getting there. I think he will with the offensive line that he has, the holes that they open. Irv is Irv, and the thing about it, Ken, he's still under 20 yards in his carries and what he's doing.
It really is. He really is, bro.
So when you look at that, under the carry, and then on top of that, he's still sharing carries with people and getting the numbers that he's getting. So just say, if he was. I don't
think Irv has had a 20 carry game yet, has he? Has he?
One. Has he had like 21 carries?
I think he got 19 in that game.
Oh, that's just what it was? Okay. I know you was talking about somebody trying to get 25. I think he got like 20, 21 one game. But nevertheless, man, I'm definitely rooting for. I always root for my Tigers, man, but this young man right here is special. And I definitely wanted to see him get all the accolades that he deserved and need. I mean, again, from day one, I was an Irv Mulligan fan before he even stepped on campus, just from the interview that you posted of him, man. And it was great to see his family come in and support him too. Jaheim was on campus. Shout out to Jaheim.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
hey, I saw Jaheim as well as his mom, his whole family, man. Saw him on Saturday night after the game, and just she said, "Man, thank you so much for taking care of my baby." I said, "Hey, that's what we do, Mom. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. That's what we do over here in Tigerland." So all the mamas out there, for all them star players that ain't happy where they at, Mama send them to Jackson. We got them. We get nasty over here now.
Irv and Jaheim said they had some more people in Beaufort that they sending this way now. Hey, shout out to Chisholm. Y'all got some more bloods out there.
Hey, listen. I got something for y'all, man, because y'all know we got Mr. Mulligan on the NIL deal. We got him on the merch deal. See, he don't know about this. We're going to drop them 1K t-shirts coming down the pipe, man. We're going to do them 1K t-shirts after hits. Once Jack State got another 1,000-yard rusher, we're going to put some merch behind that so you can commemorate this monumental season with brother Mulligan, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. Very intense. He's a leader, and just love what he's doing on the field, man. And we go as Mr. Mulligan go. And, of course, we also, not only do we have a Ferrari, but we got a general, too. We got a 5-star general over here, man. Brother Jacoby Morgan, 14 for 22. The best passing, goofy interception at the end. Just short threw the ball over in the corner. But shout out to Jonas for getting the ball right back. Very weird first down in the red zone. But a couple about the percentages, a couple of pass rushes kind of just overthrew the check downs, which is fine. But he had a great game, man. He had 4 touchdowns total. He had 1 rushing on the ground, 3 passing. Did everything he needed to do, man, and he did not play the majority of the fourth quarter. So, great game from him. Shout out to the General. We got the General merch coming down the pipe too, man. Just FYI.
Hey, man. Speaking of the General, I have a lot of respect for this young man. His study growing, Ken, because I'm watching his poise. I'm watching, even Coach Taylor speaking on it. He always been a chill guy, but now he's really starting to put it together and really starting to take charge of his team like a general is supposed to. And the fact that he's starting to do a little more reading, the fact that he's starting to know when to run, I think is a situation sometime where he may want to trust. He got to get a little more confident and trusting his line, especially that, because sometimes you get the feeling stuff that's not there. But the young man is steady growing, and the ceiling is, is so high for this young man. I'm proud of him. I know he felt at times, or people felt at times that there was adversity. But here's the thing: what adversity does, it makes you stronger. It prepares you for what's coming down the pipe. So if you never face adversity, if things are always easy to you, when you do run across it, you don't know how to handle it, and therefore you end up failing a lot. So sometimes you are built to go through certain things to prepare you for certain moments. So congratulations to the General for doing what he's doing. He has I've seen him progress, since the beginning of the season, Ken. And I know he's still got a lot more growing to grow. I mean, it's not a complete, he's still work in progress, but you can see the growth. And Coach Taylor is doing an extra job. Coach Rip, they're doing an extra job getting this young man prepared, for the next level.
I agree, man. And I won't add much more to that. And we go as 1-5 takes us.
Yes, sir.
We go as the General steers the ship. I'm excited about this next player, Jay Dupree, Janylin Dupree. Man, been waiting for this, and he shows some flash. I think a lot of our fans have been waiting for this because we saw the huddle. We saw what he did at Mississippi Gulf Coast, man, and how he dominated, and he was the yak. He finally had one of them yak plays, TD. One of the first touchdown was very Warren Newman-ish. Remember when Warren Newman caught that laser from Shador over in Normal, over in Huntsville? He fired that barrel down the gun, caught it in the end zone, and he got rocked. That first touchdown was similar to that. Jacobian put that thing in the pocket where only he could get it. He caught it. He took a hit. He sustained it. He followed through. He didn't drop the ball. He scored, man, and that's what we're proud of. But that second touchdown, where he caught it in the middle of the field, kind of reverse field, and took that bad baby to the sideline and took it on in for 3 receptions, 57 yards, 2 touchdowns, man. Great game by Jay Dupree.
Yeah, man. I'm happy for this young man. He finally getting his time on the field. We all had high expectations from his lineages. You know what I'm saying? We knew that he had it in him. And we wanted to see it. He showed it at Mississippi Gulf Coast. That's the reason we brought him in, for the quickness. The thing about it, a lot of stuff that we seeing now, Ken, I think what myself and a lot of other fans expected. But you know what? that pass that Jacobian threw to him for that first touchdown, you talk about on the money. You talking about basically handing it to him. And the thing, and you think about, and I want to say this, the precision of Jacobian passing in his growing stage, bro. You can't even see the laces on the ball. If you go back and watch the game, the way he throws the ball, it spins so quickly that you barely can see the laces, and he put the ball right there on the money. And then for Dupree to be as small, to be a smaller gentleman, for him to catch the ball and then take that hit and hold on to the ball, that was something good. I mean, and then that the play that you were speaking on as far as that touchdown, I think the pass probably about 25, 30 yards. Don't hold me to that. But as KT Dub say, that boy did something then. Once he caught that ball and he thought he was going to get hit, I guess. He initially saw one of them out around him. He took off. But then that goes to next to Fertillion. I think that was Fertillion and Isaiah. They block downfield, Ken. I love to see a receiver block downfield. I love to see an offensive lineman run downfield after the pass is made, of course. Go downfield to try to block. Because you know what? One thing you learn as an offensive line when you're running downfield, you never know if the ball going to get fumbled. And you might be there to recover the ball or jump on the ball, for your own, on touchdown. But on that play right there, Fertillion helped made that happen with the outside blocking. So, in the quickness of Janetta Dupree, all he needed was that little nudge of a block that he got, and he took it to the house. So the ceiling is up for him as well. I'm glad he had the game that he had, and I expect a lot more from him, Ken.
I do too.
Yes,
I do too, man. I do too.
Congratulations.
Moving on to the defensive side of the ball, man. Two players I'm really excited about this game. I want to start with the dancing machine. Woo! Where did he come from, man? The dancing machine, man.
Was he doing a tie ride out though?
Huh?
I mean, he was out there doing a tie rider. Man,
I don't know what he was doing. He was getting down after every play, but look, eight total tackles. Played mostly in the nickel and some safety. 8 solo tackles. He had 2 sacks, bro. 2 sacks and 2 tackles for a loss, man, which was just a phenomenal, man. I told y'all when we first brought him in that a lot of people saw him kind of play in the ULM game and was like, oh man, what's 25 doing? I was like, bro, the young man really just got here. You know what I'm saying? He's still kind of, and he wasn't even expecting to go out there and start the first half. Hell, Robert McDaniel, we learned that he had to sit out the first half due to the all-corn targeting call. So he had to step up and do what he needed to do. But man, he has absolutely, that's right, he's gotten better every game. And man, you're talking about a coming out party. This is a stat stuffer game, man. 8 tackles, 8 solo tackles. I mean, he made several open field tackles that could have led to big yardage gains, and he was right there in the balance. And then he went in and sacked the quarterback a couple times, which is amazing. Josh Nobles should have had 2 sacks, and I told him that he let one slip through his hands, but it's all good. But 2 tackles for loss, 8 solo tackles, 2 sacks. Shamar Hawkins was my defensive player of the game, and I think he was our defensive player of the game too. But thoughts on Shamar, TD?
Look, man, Shamar, he caught my eyes. He caught my eye a few games ago, a few games back. I can't exactly pinpoint, when it was, but I was like, and I was like, okay, this young man right here, because he has the same kind of mentality, the same kind of talking mentality as Day. So I always kind of, seeing him and Day, kind of synonymous as far as the way that they carried themselves and the confidence they had in their play. So watching Shamar, only thing I was saying about Shamar, he kind of put me in the mind of, as far as defensive lineman, Tamon Wells. I've always said that young man is nasty. He's very aggressive, but he at the beginning of the season, he was getting a lot of, face masks and stuff like that, So I was like, if he ever tamed that, control that face mask grabbing, when you get there, he's not letting you go. He's going to be vicious with you. That's kind of how I felt about Shamar as the defensive back. So I was like, that was a few guys, because I think he ended up getting kicked out of the Texas State game.
Yep, Texas Southern. Yep.
Texas Southern. So it was a couple of things I knew that he needed to dial down. Still play with that aggression, but have that control. And so it seems like this game he played with that aggression, with that control, aggression, and the young man was definitely on point, like I figured he would be once he got that. Once he got control of that and realized that his attitude and some of the antics that he was doing was going to hurt the team. And he made one of the best tackles on Saturday, like you said, when I said mentioned on that quarterback play. When he came up and tackled that quarterback, if he wasn't there to tackle that quarterback, the young man had the whole left side to run with. So that was a textbook excellent tackle for a smaller statue type guy, but he's muscular, and for him to hit that big quarterback like that and take him down. So congratulations, like you said, he was you and I both, defensive player of the game. So congratulations to Shamar. I definitely want to see more of that from him, and he pretty much a sure tackler too, and he hits. So he well deserving. Congratulations to him. And Josh Nobles, they fight. He and Phillip Webb and True, along with Jeremiah. Man, sometimes they get back there at the same time, Ken, and one person might set up the sack, and then Josh Noble come flying in and get the sack.
So Josh Noble, man, that man said, call him Shalimar.
What?
God damn, they caught me off guard, bro. I'm sorry. Man, Josh Noble's had a lot of QB hurries, bro. He got I know the 3 total tackles, 3 solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss. Man, he should have had 3 sacks actually that game. Mm-hmm. One of them he actually had him and he just kind of lost him. But at the same time, yes indeed, man. Smooth criminal. I call him Swag Prez, man, because he reminds me of Jamal Lewis, bro.
Who's that? Josh Nobles?
Shamar Hawkins.
Oh, Shamar. Okay.
What's Jamal Lewis's nickname?
Play for the Ravens?
No, I'm sorry, Jamal Adams. My mistake. It's Jamal Adams. I said Jamal Lewis. My mistake. Yeah, I'm gonna do that over. Cause they call Jamal Adams Prez.
Okay.
So give me Swag Prez, man. He just remind me of Jamal Adams, bro. Look at the wristbands on his arm. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I like the kid a lot, man. I mean, he plays with a. I told you when I saw him, he got a little bit of that Cameron Seaman Craig in him.
Yeah,
side safety. You know what I'm saying? Come in, and he showed that this game. But Josh is that guy, man. Josh, it makes you wonder. You see that big old thing on his arm? He's been dealing with that all season. So it just makes you wonder if that had a hand, no pun intended, had a hand in why he didn't make that sack. But 9 sacks on the season, still leading the SWAC from what I know. And we'll see. We'll see what he does.
I thought the cast was supposed to be removed right now.
But he still played from a precautionary reasons, man. You don't want to re-aggravate it. You know what I'm saying? So probably got used to it and go. But look,
man, I would say again, Josh is very aggressive, and like you said, I guess sometime maybe he'd be so excited about getting there, getting to the quarterback. Maybe just slow down just a tad bit and get that mixed at the tackle. He secured the tackle. Like I said, a lot of time, man, when you have Webb and you have Williams and sometimes True in the backfield, man, they fight who's going to get there first. Someone might, miss do a setup and another player come through. So what I'm saying is just a full out effort from the defensive line. And there's a lot of unselfishness about what's going on with that. I've seen Jeremiah run up to him, give him shout out, man. So congratulations to Josh Noble. They're turning up a notch, baby, because we're getting into the meat of the of the season.
Hey man, I like it. I like it a lot, man. Said Fred Warner, Reed Pullen. That's a good one now. Hey, but listen, in the game itself, Jacoby Morgan does his thing through 3 touchdowns, ran for a 4, maintained the top spot in the Southwest Atlantic Conference. We're gonna breeze through this pretty quickly. Hale Mekhi Hagans, 15 for 32. One of the things about Mekhi Hagans that we did in assessing his stats, he was a 50 or below percent passer. There's a lot of throws that were just bad balls. Not knocking the young man. He had some good games, but for the most part, he's basically, wasn't there. But we held him without a touchdown. Obviously, no INT. But again, it goes back to the rushing attack. TD 27 carries for 67 yards. We completely take away your running attack, rushing attack, and make you have to. And then that leading rusher was Mekhi Hagans on the scrambles that he got away with. So when you look at those stats, and then you go over to top receiver. Came into the game, huh?
I mean, but how you take away something that didn't really exist?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they didn't have a rushing attack.
Right. Yeah.
And we just stayed true to form. 27 carries. You don't want to have one of them goofy anomaly games where you just let a team that ain't displayed that they can run the ball all year, run the ball down your throat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we just stayed true to form. Their running backs really only carried the ball for literally a whopping 33 yards. Their running backs did, and then they're unless one of them receivers is I'm gonna just say everybody down there is a running back. One of them might be a receiver. Hell, so 32, 33 yards, and then the quarterback for 34. But Javonte Gibson, the best receiver in the conference, they say statistically, and he came in TD needing 56 yards to get 1,000. I'm pretty sure he'll get it the next game, but we took that away and only gave up 45 yards. Still had his 6 receptions, which was more vertical stuff than it was anything. More horizontal. It was more sideways. You know what I'm saying? Good job to the defense. We only gave 150 passing yards. Outstanding job. We touched on Jacobian, 187, 3 touchdowns, 1 INT. Irv, 114. Travis Terrell had a really good game, 6.3 on the average, had 8 rushes for 50 yards. So, I mean, if he got 8 more rushes, he could have had another 100 yards. Amari Matthews got in and did a good job. Kobe Borkin had some good runs when he played.
Yes.
Pretty good stuff right there. Jay Dupree, Fortillion didn't really do much this game on the stats, but he did some great stuff on the field. The blocks that you mentioned, TD, the recovering of the interception. He flipped that thing and turned it around. Isaiah Spencer had 4 receptions, 46 yards. So we had some really good. Richard Mays got him one up in there. But pretty good stats, 187. We won't spend too much time on this, but we had 25 first down. They had 18. Third down efficiency, they were 6 for 14. We were 5 for 13. They were 0 for 3 on 4th downs. So a total yard, 217, 434. Passing, you see what that looked like. Interceptions, we both had an interception. Rushing, 67 yards to 247. Rushing attempts, 48 to 27. 5.1 to their whatever penalties. We had more penalties than they did. They had more turnovers. We won the turnover margin, and we won the time of possession. So, pretty good stuff in that game.
Hey, King, can you go back? Can you go back to the players? I wanted to.
Which particular player you want to touch on?
First, I want to say, yeah. You remember you and I was talking about you and I, KCW, we was talking about the touchdown that Jacoby made, the running touchdown, right? And I said I didn't see it. And I didn't understand why I didn't see it until I went back and watched it. Everybody thought Herb had the ball. I thought Herb scored that play.
What I'm saying. He fooled everybody. That's why we said he just walked in the end zone.
Right. I'm like, wait a minute. I said he didn't have a running touchdown. Until then. But then, like you said, Travis Terrell, he did. I love seeing him on the outside, Ken. I like when they worked him on the outside. And I seen some impressive stuff with like you said, when Kobe Borgen ran the ball. Yeah, I seen the talent there, Ken. He got the jump cut. He's pretty quick with it too. And man, and something else, Ken. None of those players When they got in the game, they were so excited and they was feeling it. So I saw this with Lacey and I saw it with Borkin. Nobody wanted to lead the game. They loving the game. And that's hats off to the coaches and the players and the teammate, you know what I'm saying, for being unselfish. And you know, and the last person I would speak on, Ken, is Isaiah Spencer. I find myself somewhat intrigued when he touched the field because you never know what he's going to do, especially when he have on the pink gloves and stuff like that, kind of spattered up. He's smooth. I call him Mr. Smooth, Ken. He runs precise routes. He catch the ball, you know what I'm saying, with a certain style. I like the young man game, and that's you know, from last year to this year, I definitely see some improvements, you know, within him. I definitely wanted to, I know he's nowhere near his ceiling, but again, shout out to Mr. Smooth, NAMI 11. There's Isaiah Spencer, man. He be doing the thing out there, bro, along with blocking.
That is well said, bro. I won't add much to it. Quick look ahead of the games for this week. UAPB has a chance to redeem themselves against Alabama A&M. Grambling has the daunting task of taking on Alabama State. They got to go to hole. It's hard to win in the hole, bro. So, hey, they go handle business. They do what they need to do.
Again, UAPB, Coach Hampton said that he feel that A&M offense is more prolific than ours. You know what I'm saying?
That's between TD. That's between him and his defensive coordinator.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So if he's talking about that, you know, he that's something that he's got to stop.
Hey man, good luck to you, big fella. Good luck to you, man. Alcorn, Texas Southern, they playing for their life at this point. They should beat Texas Southern. Should. Yeah. We'll see. Bethune-Cookman at Southern. Hey, that's a tricky game for Southern. Southern should win that game, but Bethune-Cookman can go there and upset them if you're not careful. FAMU at Prairie View. That's FAMU by a lot. JSU versus Mississippi Valley. JSU by a lot. Just call it what it is, bro. As we look ahead in our matchup this weekend, T. Williams, man, he already got number 11. That's why I said that's the playbook. This is the playbook right here. 115 carries, bro. 115 carries. He got more rushes than Earl Mulligan got, bro.
Wow.
I'm just saying, he got a lot going on over there.
Well, I hope Coach Wade and his offenses, you know, coordinators do something about that. I don't think he want to bring that. He don't want to bring that in the vet. Shh. Okay. Don't.
Bring that on to the vet. We're good on that.
Yeah, you don't give me that young. Hey, well, Coach.
TD, that ain't got nothing to do with it. That's none of our business. What them folks plan on doing with their quarterback?
Who that? What one of those coaches said? What that Coach Quinn said? Quarterbacks normally don't lead a vet.
Hey, Blue said that's not design runs. That's him trying to save his life. Well, he gonna have to run this damn weekend because we coming for him. We coming for him, Blue. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's a big kid though, man. Kid is a baller though. He get up, he can pack a mean punch. Now we know Valley gonna come and play us with everything they got in there. They don't give a damn if they ain't won a game. They gonna play us like their life depending on it. Only problem is if their life depending on it, they gonna die. They ain't gonna win them. That's all I'm saying. And yeah, man. But listen, I say this, man. Hell of a show. Before we got hold on, TV didn't touchdown either. This is what I'll say, man. Listen, we enjoy football. We don't mind talking a little smack. Brother Seeley, if you out there, man, come on up. Want to get him on TD before we close out this show because we're gonna transition to what's most important, and that is tomorrow. As we get Brother Seeley, I know he's out there if he's still up. Getting ready to pop up on the screen. Hopefully, it'll come up and chop it up with us. But we're going to take a quick break real quick and play this because this is the most important thing, man. Shout out to the school for putting this out. We play it every show. This will be the the last show that we play it on, and a message from our QB and our tight end. Be right back.
JSU students, we know how much you love cheering us on game days.
But there's something bigger than winning the big game. Your vote.
Voting is your chance to make a difference, just like we do on the field.
So this November, let's make a play for change.
Get registered, stay informed, and show up on game day, November 5th.
Let's make a big time play together. Go vote.
Be our vote.
So yeah, man, go vote, everybody. If you haven't already, exercise your right. Not telling you who to vote for. Just actually, I am. Don't vote for that damn fool. But that's neither here nor there. It's up to you. You do what you want to do with it, and just save your time trying to explain it to me. I have no interest in why you chose to do what you do. It'd be best if you just keep it to yourself.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Oh yeah, man. You know what, Ken? We didn't give before brother C. Lee come up, man. We didn't give Landon his credit. That touchdown that he caught when he ran over that deep.
Hey, that was solid, man. I
love
it.
I'm standing right there, and I'm like, okay, well, he gonna talk to Landon like, not today.
Hey, it's all good, bro. It's all good. And there he is. What's up, Professor?
Hey, what's up? Can y'all hear me?
We hear you loud and clear, baby. Hey, we got a big, important day tomorrow, man. Important day, bro.
So,
good.
Hey, brother TD, how you doing?
Yes, sir. I'm doing fine.
So, two things I wanted to add. I sent you those flyers, Kens. I don't know if you got them, but for folks who don't know, just want to give some election day information. And two things. I want to give a number because there's what's called election protection. And that's by One Voice. My wife works for One Voice. People don't know. My wife is a political map maker. And along with being a political map maker, she does election protection work. Mm-hmm. And so the number I want to give people is 888-601-VOTE, VOTE, or 888-601-8683.
I'm going to throw this up on the screen too. Yeah. Go ahead.
And that is the number. If you having any problems across the state of Mississippi voting, either they're challenging your district, they're saying you've been purged from the rolls, whatever it is. And if you are not in the state of Mississippi, there's an election protection that should be happening in your state. So I know that so my wife works with One Voice and they're affiliated with NAACP. So you can check with your local NAACP to see who's running election protection in your state. But again, that number for One Voice is 888-601-VOTE or 888-601-8683. And so that's for election protection. That's for any problem. If you can't find your voting your polling place, you can't find your precinct, no matter what it is, if you are having problems, if you see something that looks crazy, TD, if you see something that just don't look right,
yes,
right?
Sir.
Call that number because I'm going to get to something after I get his other. And then secondly, if you know somebody who needs a ride to the poll, there's a group. In fact, Ken and TD had them on about 6-8 months earlier. Brother George and Brother Mac Epps,
yep.
Mississippi Move.
Right.
And so Mississippi Move is 662-205-MOVE, MOVE, 662-205-MOVE, or 662-205-6683. That's anywhere in the state of Mississippi. If you or somebody you know needs a ride to the poll, let them know. And also, if you want to volunteer, if and I know it's kind of late, but they're also taking volunteers to help drive people to the polls. So if you have a vehicle or you're just looking to do something, call that number. That's it. So those are the two numbers there. Thank you, Brother Ken. If you got voting issues, no matter what those issues are, even if it's, hey, I can't find my place, or they saying I don't vote here anymore, I've been purged from the rolls or whatever, call that number for One Voice. if you need a ride, or if you know somebody that needs a ride to the polls, call that number on the side. And so that's that. The other thing is they're going to have One Voice, and other people are going to have poll watchers. It is in your right to have poll watchers. You can't interfere with an election, but you can watch the polls. You can go and be a bipartisan or a nonpartisan poll observer. The Secretary of State sent out a letter threatening basically that people can't have poll watchers. To me, that's an intimidation. And so just know that if you're having issues voting, there are going to be poll watchers. I know One Voice and NAACP are going to have people out. There are going to be other poll watchers. So again, we want you to call that number, but we want you looking for that One Voice or that NAACP. If you see anybody with those shirts, they can't be within 30 feet of the polling place, right? So if you notice, if you go vote, there are people out there with signs, hey, vote for this person. That's perfectly legal. But you can also have poll watchers, and poll watchers are actually to make sure that people don't get crazy, that you don't have people out there intimidating folks from the other side. And so I just thought it was odd that our Secretary of State had the nerve to send out a letter to the Election Commission talking about that people can't have poll watchers. And so I know that the state of Mississippi will have poll watchers. I'm not sure if other areas will have poll watchers. You can contact your local NAACP to see if they'll have poll watchers. But it is not against the law to have poll watchers. That's that Republican conservative BS. It is not against the law to have because again, it's not against the law to be 30 feet from the polling place. See, for it to be illegal for their poll watchers, mean it's illegal to be 30 feet from there saying, hey, vote for this person, vote for that person. All poll watchers do is make sure that people are not being intimidated. All poll watchers do is stand 30 feet from the polling place so that when people have problems not being able to vote, we've given you these numbers. But hey, sometimes, if you go to vote and they tell you your name on the polls, you might not be thinking about no number. You may be frazzled. You may be frustrated. You may be upset. So it is firmly in your constitutional right to have and be a poll watcher. Go ahead, Brother TD.
Yes, sir. So poll watcher, you said they make sure that you able to vote, right? I mean, keep you from people can't stop you from voting. What are their what laws do they have? I mean, what jurisdiction? I mean, what rights do they have to if Ken try to stop me from voting? What you gonna do?
Well, what the poll watchers do is they stand there and they give you the information to let you know. So for one, if you get turned away, so here are a couple things people don't know. Let's say you get turned away. You have a couple of things that you can do. They say, well, you're no longer on the polls. Well, you can vote affidavit. So if you go and they say, well, Brother TD, your name isn't on the roll book, you can request the vote affidavit, but you may not know that. So if you go outside and you tell people, hey, they turned me away, then someone can say, well, if you have poll watchers there, they can say, go back in and tell them you want a vote affidavit, because not everybody knows that. So those are the kind of things. And if that doesn't work, they can then also help you to go to the court, to the circuit. The poll watchers will know this, because sometimes I can't remember whether the circuit or chancery court. You go down to the clerks, and then you can go, and then you can vote that way as well. So that's what poll watchers do. And poll watchers also report when people are harassing people. That's also what poll watchers do, right? Because that letter from the Secretary of State says to me that they're going to have people looking real official out there trying to intimidate people. And so you need poll watchers who know the law, who know that, hey, even people in badges, TD, can't be out there intimidating people about voting. So that's what poll watching. Now, I'll give you the extreme case of poll watching in Montgomery County. So Grenada and in Montgomery County, this is almost 20-something years ago. basically the white people in Grenada were voting twice illegally. They were in the school board election. They were voting Grenada TD in the school board election. Then they would get in their car and drive out to Montgomery out in the county and vote again. So they had to have a new election. So what we did as poll watchers, we actually, because now this was a special case because we had it filed in court. We actually went in and we challenged all of the votes and had those votes set aside. So anybody who we thought didn't live in Montgomery County, we would challenge the vote, and instead of letting them just have a regular vote, they would have to vote affidavit. We were able later that night to get about 50 of those votes eliminated because they were voting outside the district, and the person for whom we were hoping got elected by less than 50 votes, TD. So that is how Black people changed the school board situation in Montgomery County right here in Mississippi. So those are kind of the different kind of things that poll watchers can do. Again, somebody asked, remember we talked, I just want to go back on this. We did talk a little bit about the Supreme Court justice. Again, Jim Kitchens is the incumbent. Jim Kitchens has been pretty fair. Remember, we talked about there being two other people in the race. And so what we don't want to do is split the vote. What we don't want to do is have this very conservative, right-leaning person who is already working in the state to do things, and we don't want to split the ballot and let her walk in, and we want Kitchens to win right out because, unfortunately, Black people just don't go back to runoff elections. I know people don't like when we say it, but if you just look at the numbers, we don't go back. And so what you want is for Kitchens to be able to go in. So if you're in central Mississippi, again, that's no knock against the system. Matter of fact, I want to pull up I want to make sure. Remember I said that I'm not necessarily saying so it's District 1, Place 3, Supreme Court. Again, I'll give you those county names again. It's Central Mississippi. These are the counties for the Central Mississippi Supreme Court Justice: Bolivar, Claiborne, Copiah, Hines, Holmes, Humphreys, Issaquena. Shout out to Issaquena, and y'all know why. Jefferson, Kemper, Lauderdale, Leake, Madison, Neshoba, Newton, Noxubee, Rankin, Scott, Sharkey, Sunflower, Warren, Washington, Yazoo. If you're in those areas, you're going to be choosing between the incumbent Jim Kitchens, the judge, Ciola James, who's been a good judge. She's a good judge. And also Jennifer Branding. Jennifer Branding is a Republican. She's already in the Senate. And since already being in the Senate, Jennifer Branding, she voted against changing the state flag to remove the Confederate battle emblem. She voted against expanding Medicaid to provide health insurance to the working poor. And she voted against a measure to allow women to remain on Medicaid for 12 months after giving birth. And she supports a full ban on abortion. And she's also been one of the people who's been helping to pass legislation so that people outside of the city of Jackson can legislate in Jackson. So that's who she is. That's what she's going to do. Again, I want to be clear. Ciola James, who's also running, has been a good judge. This is not an issue about whether or not Ciola James has a bad record. I'm saying that I don't want to split the vote so that Brandon walks in. I hope everybody understands what I'm saying. I'm saying that I think that because, and also no one has articulated why should we replace Kitchens. That's the other thing. So TD, if you are in office and I decide I'm gonna run against TD, I need to be able to provide some empirical data to say why I want to replace TD.
Right.
And so far, I have not seen anybody on our side. I've not seen anybody who has our community best interest to say this is why Kitchens should be in. And so that's why I'm saying that's about what I'm fearful. Now, I'm not, if people haven't made up in their mind that they're going to vote for Sister James, again, she's not been a bad judge. in all of her other tenure as a judge. I'm just saying that this is a little too risky at this moment to be running against Kitchens when somebody, hey, Ken is eating.
I mean, he's going
Like,
to.
what's my man who the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns now? James Winston. Ken is eating like Winston was eating them W's that time. Eating them W's.
Bro, I've been sitting on this screen. I'm hungry, man. I'm sorry. I don't like to do this, but
so that's it. So I'll shut up and see if that. But those are the primary things that we're looking at.
Brother City, someone asked about going into the poll with their daughter for the first time. I mean, maybe they can go in and just stand back, somewhere. You can't go in the little curtain with them.
Right. Well, they don't have the curtain no more. Actually, TD, you can actually, because they have voter assist, you can assist someone in voting. You just can't tell them for whom to vote.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can actually assist somebody. So yeah, if you're going with your child for the first time, you just in line. It would be easy if both of y'all voting in the same polling place, because so yeah, if y'all both voting in the same polling place, it'll be a little easier. But yeah, you can go if your child is just turning 18. Yeah, you can go with your child. Like I said, it'll be a little bit interesting if you're not going to vote, if you're not registered in that polling place. That's going to be the only issue that they may have. Right.
So let me ask you this, Brother Seeley. Tomorrow, man, interesting day. Thoughts on I say it this way. I say regardless of who wins the presidential election, the world's going to change drastically, in my opinion. If you vote, if Donald Trump is voted back into office as president, I don't see how anyone that's been paying attention to what he's been campaigning for. We get the local elections. That's all a part of that. See, I live in San Bernardino County, so I had to make sure I did my research on who was doing what and how it affected, my livelihood in the area that I live in. So, but with that being said, history can be made, man, for the first female president, first woman president. Thoughts on that, and let's say she does win. What's your mindset on what do you think happens after she wins?
So a couple of things, right? So we talked about how close everything is, right? We talked about in those 8 battleground states, and I think that one or two things are going to happen. If it goes how I think it's going to happen with those 8 battleground states, we're not going to know who the president is till Wednesday morning. All right, so I need everybody. Now, the only way, remember we talked about those 8 battleground states, each one of them leading by 1 point each. And I said the only way that we know before Wednesday morning, if one of those people take those 2 and it goes 6-2, then we may know about 11 o'clock. I think that whether or not Trump wins or loses, we're going to see the same kind of white lash we saw last January 6th. I think that if he loses, we're going to see that kind of white lash. And if he wins, we're going to see that kind of white lash. I think that, so what we're going to have to, what other folk are going to have to be able to do is meet foolishness with strategy. And so that's what I'm telling people is understand that, neo-Confederates don't just live in Mississippi.
That's right.
Right? I keep telling people that neo-Confederates live all over America. Because it was more than just Mississippians in D.C. on January 6th. In fact, I would argue that most of the people who was in D.C. on January 6th wasn't from Mississippi.
That's right.
So you have to understand that win or lose, the neo-Confederates. Now, what the neo-Confederates have decided is, they understand that by population, Brother Ken and Brother TD, they're going to be the minority in about 20 years. Right now, in Texas, Mississippi, and Florida, white people are the minority in the under 18 population. 18 and under population, they are the minority. That's why there was an attack on DEI, because they literally are not coming up with enough white citizens to give these scholarships. Because again, under 18, Texas, Mississippi, and Florida, majority black. So we have to understand that they are realizing that right now, violence is really their only tool. The numbers across America show that because their numbers have dipped, many of them feel like violence is their only tool. And so because violence is their only tool, that's why they're trying to pencil whip us right now, why they're in control. That's why the Mississippi state legislature and the Mississippi House of Representatives are trying to pencil whip us, because they're even fearing their numbers. So we're going to see a white lash. Now, what's going to be really interesting, Brother Ken, is if VP Harris is elected, how she, and I don't want to use the word governs, but I'll use the word governs the first 100 days of her presidency. And I'll give you an example. President Clinton had an electoral mandate and fumbled the bag his first year. Because when he got into office, the first thing he did was don't ask, don't tell, and it killed the entire momentum for his presidency. He balanced the budget, he did all those things, but he fumbled the bag with don't ask, don't tell. Not that don't ask, don't tell wasn't good legislation. He shouldn't have led with it. Right? If look, what do we say? Give who the ball?
Mr. Mulligan.
There we go. Like, that's what we want to lead with. So the first 100 years, I'm sorry, not 100, the first 100 days of VP Harris's presidency will tell the tale of what her 4 years will be. And I think that as long as she stays on script, abortion, health care, tax breaks for the middle class, and priming the pump for jobs. If she stays on those four, she will have a successful first 100 years and a successful 4-year run and set her up to go into her next campaign. But it's going to be all about her first 100 years.
Days. 100 days.
I'm sorry, thank you. So
I know, we know what you said.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
No, that's well said. TD, you want to jump in here? We got like 11 minutes left. But it's definitely important. TD, you got anything?
No, I'm good.
Oh, and let me say this one last thing, because I saw an interesting stat. This whole narrative about black men voting for Trump. I'm not saying what's going to happen Tuesday, but we've heard this narrative for the last 3 election cycles. We heard they was going to vote for Romney. We heard they was going to vote for Trump. We heard they was going to vote for Trump again. In those 3 last presidential elections, would you like to guess the percentage of black men who voted for the presidential candidate? What percentage do you think it was?
93.
How you close? It was 83.
83. Okay.
So 83%. I'm not saying that we're guaranteed to get that. I know it looks bad. We got a lot of those fools that are out there stomping for. But I'm just going to say that I don't think that the number of black men voting for Trump is going to be as high as what people think. I could be wrong. You know, I do think that again, I'm more worried about the white female vote. Because again, remember the number I told you is that VP Harris right now fluctuates between, I think I said 9 and 12% in leading with the woman vote. I wanted it to be 15%. And so that's my only issue is I wanted her to win by 40, the female vote, but the white female vote is bringing it down because there's so we're looking at, hopefully, because abortion is on the ballot in a number of states, that because abortion is on the ballot in a number of states, it will cause a lot more white women to vote. And so that's what I'm hoping is that we get that white female vote. That's gonna be the tail. A lot of people are talking like the black male vote is gonna be the tail of the tape. No, the tail of the tape is because we know what black women gonna do, and we know what white men gonna do, right? So we know what black women gonna do. We know what white men gonna do. The question is, what percentage of black male vote can Trump get, and what will white women voters do? That's gonna be the tail of the tape. And again, we won't know until about 11 o'clock midnight, or probably Wednesday morning. And also, folks, there are gonna be challenges. So let's not overreact. There are gonna be challenges. There are gonna be court cases. We may not actually have a president officially or unofficially probably till Wednesday or Thursday because of all the court challenges. So and I'm saying it this way, and I end on this. And I would use a sports analogy, but I'm gonna go another way. You know the best thing that my military recruiter did for me, Brother Ken and Brother Titi. You know the best thing that my military recruiter did for me?
What was that?
He told me that basic training was gonna be the most difficult damn thing I ever faced in my life. So when I got the basic training, guess what? I was mentally prepared.
Right.
So I'm telling everybody, let's get mentally prepared for this white lash. Let's get mentally prepared for these lawsuits. Let's get mentally prepared. Just like we were mentally prepared for FAMU, just like we were mentally prepared for UAPB. Let's be mentally prepared, folks. It doesn't end Tuesday. This election, be prepared to go to Thursday or Friday. And if you prepared to go to Thursday or Friday, just like you prepared, look, it's crazy to think the other team ain't gonna make a first down. It's crazy to think the other team ain't gonna put together a drive. It's crazy to think the other team ain't gonna make plays. So if you prepared for the other team, they want to win too. The Trump side want to win too. So they gonna make plays and they gonna do what they do. We just need to be mentally prepared and organized. And as long as we do that, we can outlast them. And I think by when I'm hoping we get that by 40, but I want everybody to be prepared to let this thing go to Wednesday, Thursday. I'll shut up. That's all I got.
Man, I appreciate it. That's a treat. I know it's a very important election. I mean, it's a lot of I'm a principled dude, you know what I'm saying? And it's just certain things that you can't policy your way in explaining support for a bigot. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm out on that. At the end of the day, a policy ain't going. I said this, Brother C. Lee. I travel a lot, and y'all know this. I sometimes find myself in spaces, for those who don't know me. Some people meet me for the first time, like, oh, Ken, you're tall. 6'3", 280 pound, African-American dude with a stone face. And you find yourself, and I often tell people, I say, man, you don't want to, the bigotry that this country is founded upon, by all means, was a dormanted thing in a way, especially, growing up in Mississippi, we're a little bit more keen. For those who don't understand living in Mississippi, right, kind of how that's like, it's more economics than it is anything. I've never lived in Mississippi and been called the N-word, but we do know that classism is the first cousin of racism. So, you know, if you in the world that we live in now, if you're able to, you have what you can make things happen. You know what I'm saying? If you put your best effort out there in the world. But I've never lived in a world where things can get very uncomfortable just because of what you look like. My father and my mother did. My grandmother absolutely did. I tell everyone, my grandmother's still living. And thanks to everyone for, I've been sitting with my mom. My mom's in rehab. She's doing a lot better, you know, but my mom and my grandmother's at the same rehab. So I leave room out of my mom's room. I go to my grandma's room. And I tell everyone, I don't mind saying this, and I stand on this. My grandmother was the movie that the movie The Help. My grandmother, that her life was built on that movie, and I seen it with my own two eyes. Understanding a African American woman that couldn't read or write, that worked for white people. I seen that with my own two eyes, man. You know what I'm saying? And seeing this young white boy who, my grandmother who kept their house, and she, you know, it was. Called my grandma by name, and I wanted to go under his chin. I'm like, "What you mean, man? How you calling?" Not understanding, but I knew that I had to, you know, to have a certain, you know, I had to walk a certain way in that space because that's how she made a living. So when I think back about it, I didn't experience that, but my grandmothers did, in the disposition and the way they carried themselves. You see what I'm saying? In a certain capacity. So you start seeing this man pop up and start saying all these things, and people start getting extremely comfortable with certain things that, and I try to tell everybody, you know what I mean? I don't think you want to live in a world like that, bro. You know what I mean? Where we go back to a space where people are now prejudging you based off the superficial things like skin color.
Right.
I mean that. Like for real. So at the end of the day, I'm not a black man. You know what I'm saying? I'm really a spirit being. Now it's up to you to determine what you get from me from a character standpoint. But this spirit being got to live in this body, and living in this body comes with certain things that other bodies don't have to come with. When it's the browner it is, there's certain things you have to deal with. And if you ain't never dealt with it, then people say, why you play the race card? Hell, I wish I never had to talk about race. But unfortunately, we live in a climate and in a space where race and things like that come to play. So I'm saying that to say this, man. Before you get to a policy, you mocha. you un chocolate. You follow what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, a lot of bigots. I said it this way because not every white person is a bigot, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that at all. But there are a ton of people who buy into this, who is hidden. And all Donald Trump has done is again, this is before you get the policy. I'm out, bro. I'm out on the stuff that you hear and you say. But this is what I also know. If he do become president, at the end of the day, I know who's in control and who is going to go how God wanted to go. I believe that wholeheartedly. His will is sovereign. It's going to go how it's going to go. I ain't worried. It is what it is. I'm still going to move as I need to move and go as I need to go. But I'm just saying, if I have the right to push a button, which I did, I just don't see how anybody could bypass that part to get to the policy aspect of it, because that dude said a lot of funky stuff. And I'm just telling you, I'll tell you to your face, you ain't even gonna be friends with nobody that act like that dude.
Right.
You ain't gonna have nobody like that around you, man. Disrespecting, right. You ain't gonna have nobody like that. It's a weird phenomenon to me, how people try to justify that. And I ain't really trying to go back and forth with you. Do what you want to do. This ain't a debate. I'm just telling you, bro, the best thing to do is go over there. Just leave me out of it. As long as you good and you solid and you rock solid, principally, I can't rock with that.
Besides the negative rhetoric, the name calling, the stuff like that, I hadn't really just heard a flat foot out plan.
Right.
It's just it's disgusting, man. I just don't. You would not deal with. I say it again. Take Democrat, Republican, take the names off of it, and let's deal with just character. The stuff that really matters. Your character. That's what's real. Go to Bible class 3 times a week. That's the absolute most important thing. Because if you're a righteous man and you live with the spirit of God and righteousness as you, you're gonna carry it. There's a character that comes with that, and you don't have to talk about it. See, people think they talk this stuff. It ain't about talking, it's about how you live, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's really how you live and how you carry yourself. And you really can get pretty quickly to that based off of how you treat other people. Now, all I'm saying is that I just kind of look at people who tend to be so comfortable with other things that other people I deal with. I ain't lecturing nobody. I'm just saying, like, I'm just too principled to kind of look at. I'm blown away, brother C-Lee and T-Lee, just kind of observing, just like, wow, is this really, like, this shit feel like we getting punked. You know what I'm saying? Like where Ashton Kutcher at, bro? Is this for real? And I'm just saying, just our weirdo stuff, man.
Well, it's. I do want to answer, but something.
Go ahead. You do your thing. I'm done.
Justin Keller put something in the chat, and it's too late now, but I need to say it. If you or you know somebody who has a felony charge in the state of Mississippi, there's a list of which felony charges can keep you from voting and which ones you have that you can vote. Now, it's too late for tomorrow, but all of us who, either if you have a felony charge or you know somebody in your family, somebody in your neighborhood, not all felony charges keep you from voting. That's also some of the work that my wife does. Brother T.D., I'll just tell you quickly. This is about a month ago. My wife was basically doing that work. They had a seminar. They was like, come down, let us check your felony. A grown man in his 50s who had never voted, who thought he couldn't vote. My wife and them showed them like, no. With this charge, you can vote.
Wow.
And he registered to vote on the spot. Kenny cried like a baby. That's the kind of work. So for those of us who have the privilege to vote, who have the ability to vote and the right to vote, there are people who want to vote and can't, or there are people who've been duped into thinking they can't vote, and they can. So if you know somebody who's done time, got felony charges, and this is all because we know people are watching us all over the country, take it upon yourself to get that list from your state so that you know specifically what felony charges, conviction, yes. But even when you have a conviction, not all felony convictions keep you from voting. That's the point. And so get the list so you can know which felony convictions keep you from voting and which felony convictions you can still vote. Because what we are finding is there are tens of thousands of people who are not voting who actually have the right to vote. I'll stop talking.
Powerful stuff. I mean, listen, this could go on and on and on. I mean, we done, y'all. Y'all know what you got to do. Or you can do it or not do it or whatever. We won't know, and we won't even do a follow up. It's just right. Tomorrow is election day. It's going to be interesting. But I think the key to what you said, Brother C-Lee, is you be prepared for whatever. And at the end of the day, I've been prepared. I'm just really just observing. Watch God, watch God move. You know what I'm saying? Watch y'all move, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so intrigued by what he is doing and less of what man is doing, because it's gonna go how he wanted to go. And I mean, whether it's so-called good for Ken or bad for Ken, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be his will. And I'm just saying though, but even with that being said, I mean, that dude is a special case. So I will know clearly as day which direction he wants to go, because if he want to put Donald Trump back in charge, man, he gonna put Donald Trump back, because in the end he's still in charge. That's why I'm saying it that way. So if Donald Trump has to go back out in front from the U.S., whatever the case may be, it is what it is. It's gonna suck. If I had to surmise what I think of it, I think it's gonna be pretty bad. And then I also think that even if Kamala getting president, I mean, you got to just think of all the stuff. There's a lot of fascism that's going on right now. It's a lot of sexism. There's a lot of men that just don't want to vote for a woman, period. I ain't even had no woman over me.
Right.
This is how they think, how they talk. It is what it is. But in the end, we're gonna see how this thing go. And I always appreciate your perspective. We talk freely. No offense to no one. You think what you think. You feel how you feel. It's just dialogue is dialogue. You know, I'm not jumping down your throat because we disagree. I don't mind a disagreement as long as it's respectful. You know what I mean? But some things, principally, I just can't rock with. That don't mean I cannot rock with you, still speak to you, talk about Jackson State sports. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna be around too long. I'm gonna hit you with that. All right, I'm holler at you, big dog. Yeah, keep it moving. Go Tigers, baby. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we got a common bond, a common fiber that connects us. But again, it is what it is, man. We're gonna see how this thing go. I do know one thing. I will be excited. I'm a girl dad, y'all. So this is gonna be a crazy moment. You know what I'm saying? TD also same way, girl dad. If the United States makes history tomorrow and elects the first African American, I don't care what they talking about. I get all that other nationality stuff. Black lady, HBCU alum, a Howard alum, VP Harris takes over in office. Man, it's gonna be a hell of a day with me and them Clark girls. You know what I'm saying? Talking to my babies about, you follow what I'm saying? The history that they get to witness. So, hey, everybody go exercise your vote, and we'll see what happens, man. We always appreciate the support. However it goes, we're gonna be back Wednesday to talk about the Valley.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to say this, you know, before we just close out and drop, because I am getting about out of it. Probably get up and go vote early in the morning. But it's funny how I hear some people say that when Big Mom was always the backbone of the family. You know, a lot of time we grew up in single parent home, and we know who that single parent was. They led us. You know, I remember the story of Kevin Durant when he cried when he was, talking about
MVP.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you look at those things right there, but then we come back and say stuff like this. You know, we have to love ourselves. We have to love ourselves, because at the end of the day, man, ain't nobody gonna love you like you.
For real.
So that's all I have for that, because I'm done.
Hey,
Get out of the boat, man. I'm done.
I listen, man. I ain't gonna try to add to it or improve on it. Well said. We know. In the end, Michael Jackson said it, bro. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. Change starts with you, inside of you, and we'll see how this thing go, man. I'm intrigued by it, though. We're gonna find out sometime this week. We're gonna know who's gonna be the commander in chief. We know it ain't gonna be Biden, though.
hey, you know what? Behind every successful man, there's a strong woman.
You better preach, Reverend, preach.
Y'all have a good night.
Hey, that was a mic drop. TD always got to give you one of the TD-isms.
There you go.
All right, everybody. Hey, listen, man, we appreciate you guys, man. We'll be back on Wednesday. As always, thank you, Brother C. Lee, for coming up. We appreciate the support, as always, man, and answering the call. Listen, y'all go vote. We'll see y'all back on Wednesday. Do y'all love?
Good to see you. Have a good night, sir.
Y'all take care, man.
All right.
JSU students, we know how much you love cheering us on game days.
But there's something bigger than winning the big game. Your vote.
Voting is your chance to make a difference, just like we do on the field.
So this November, let's make a play for change.
Get registered, stay informed, and show up on game day, November 5th. Let's make a big time play together.
Go vote.
Be our vote.
Hello, I'm Kevin Dent, Jackson State University, safety, Canton, Ohio. Today I'm being inducted to the Black College Hall of Fame. I want to give a shout out to KC-1400 Media Group for giving me this platform to introduce me to this stage. I'd like to thank them, thank Jackson State and Jackson State family. Go Tigers.
ShotRx is bringing healthcare to you. With our mobile health team, we can come to your school, church, or business to take care of you. We offer childhood immunizations, COVID and flu vaccinations, physicals, and much more. Don't put your health off. Welcome to Care and Compassion. Welcome to ShotRx.